Don't put the gas away yet.
PlayEX is the leading producer of virtual esports programming in the US. We bring the innovative experiences of esports to thousands of students, virtually. We offer programs in the top esports titles like Super Smash Bros., Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Fortnite, Rocket League, and Valorant. Plus, we'll work with your school's student organizations to make them the stars of the show. Our industry-leading production team will bring you the ultimate virtual esports experience through industry-standard platforms including Twitch, Zoom, and Discord. PlayEX is offering special discounts to our educational institution partners for safe, COVID-compliant programming this semester.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to MK League Season 4. Or is it 5? But it's Qualifier number 4. So there we go, because on the tweet, it said it was Qualifier 5. It is 4. It is Season 5, not 4. There you go. My name is Knight, and I'm joined alongside by Vonnie. We are excited to be bringing with you the action for today. We have about at least 16 or so competitors, maybe more. But Vonnie, what are you looking forward to? It's exciting to be casting with you again. No stuff tonight, but what's your thoughts on this, on these lobbies and the rooms we're about to see?
Man, I have so many things going around my mind right now to think about all these competitors. I know we got Stevens who's making another comeback here. We got Mario Party King, Unimunchi in some of the in the first lobby, as well as other great competitors. I know we got Dave, Toes, JP Givener, just to name a few, on the other lobby, as well as Kane. So I'm excited to see what everyone can bring to the table tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be really exciting. It does look like we have about 16 players. So, like you said, Stevens, Mario Party King, Unimunchi, Melpool, so much Puke, Vantox, Immortal, and Will. Yeah, that's going to be one lobby right there. That's going to be interesting. I mean, the favorites definitely got to be Vantox, in my opinion. And then on lobby number 2, which is hosted by Dave, it's going to have Ankles, Dave, as we mentioned, Kane, Zoe, JP Givener, Kyret, Jake, and Nulp. So that's going to be interesting too. We haven't seen Nulp in a hot minute, player from Belgium. You also got to wonder if Kyret and Jake are going to be giving the top spots any trouble, but still plenty of opportunity for some of these players to qualify in either by winning or finishing top 2 essentially to go to the semifinals, or by making it into the top 12. It's a really unique format, and we'll be definitely highlighting that going forward. Here you can see on the screen that we do have Geronimo, Fate, Hickam, which is Chibi, as well as Casper, Sneaks, and Stevens. They've made it all off of wins. And then we're also waiting to see who's going to make it in off of points.
Man, it's going to be a tough battle here. You can see the scores already where everyone landed up in, with Stevens having obviously like the most total points, and look at what he's done within this qualifiers, followed by Sneaks. Not that far off in the scores either. Like these are probably the top 2 I would probably put my money on when it comes to the final round, but we still got plenty more at racing action to go through. But look at that. You got Toes, Fate, OHC, Hickam, many great top talented people. It's going to be exciting to see some of these players play once again to see if they can up their scores from last time.
Yeah, I think they're definitely 2 of the top players that are playing every week. And we did find out that Gabe is going to also be in action today. But I honestly think that you gotta, if you're looking at maybe who could be threats overall, you can't discount Fate. Fate has also locked himself in. You also have the MomoCon major winner Casper, who's now playing in New York here at the same time. So Casper, even though he has limited starts in PlayEX, it's definitely a tournament on his calendar after meeting with him and talking to him, and he's going to be a favorite going forward. Also, Kamida is Kyret, so Kyret's going to be back in action today. Back eligible, tournament eligible earlier this week online. So we'll have to see how Kyret will do. Also, Jake will do. JP Givener and Jake are teammates in the Mario Kart Central scene. So there's a lot of unique storylines here that I think we're going to have to see how they'll play out.
Oh, absolutely. And just in case, I want to go ahead and throw out some of the other events that PlayEX Esports is also going to be doing. On Tuesday at 8 p.m. EST, we're going to be having a Mario Strikers game night. So it's just a nice little fun get-together to play with each other, trying to learn maybe the ins and outs of the game if you're not familiar with it yet. Mario Strikers being a phenomenal game series back from the GameCube era, and then it continued on with the Wii with Mario Strikers Charge, and now we got the new iteration on Switch, Battle League. And on Saturday at 4 p.m. EST is a little tournament, as far as I'm aware, free entry to see who's going to be the best Mario Striker out there, because honestly, like, I've been playing that game, ton of fun. It is not easy to pick up and play if you're using all the gear systems, but if you're just going neutral, it's going to be a blast.
Yeah, I'm debating on if I want to pick that up or not, and I'm leaning towards no. I hate to be the cynic of the room. But it does look fun to watch, though. I will be honest.
Oh, absolutely.
I just don't have time. But so that's going to be coming up, though, for PlayEX for both of those events this week. You can test it out during game night. If you want to assemble a squad for the league, then you can do that over the weekend. But I'm really excited. It's 58 past the hour. We're pretty close to opening these rooms up. And I think we got some really cool stuff. I'm not sure if we're going to, Dave wants to flex and show it off or maybe save it for suspense, but we do have some really cool POVs. We're going to be watching Dave here in room number 2. And then also we're going to have Stevens there in room number 1. But we also do have this really cool, like, eye in the sky type thing that we could flex maybe later on. I don't know, unless Dave wants to reveal his cards right at the start.
Yeah, you really just wanted to flex right now. Oh
Well,
no,
as you can
someone's
see, we
got
got Zoe,
advertisement.
we got Immortal going to Disney World down there. Stevens is offline. Carret's offline. John said he was coming up late. We have some Inception thing going on below us. Van Tox is offline, but also too, it's like 9 o'clock for him. Going on 10 o'clock for him, I think, right now.
Oh, pizza time. I love pizza.
So, oh man, gotta hop. You know who actually, tangent here real quick, was in a Papa John's commercial?
Who?
Stefan. Dead serious. Yeah, he was in a Papa John's commercial. How he met Sir Nine in the airport. So they did a whole like E-Stars thing with I don't know what happened. But
it's a fun time.
A lot of people we know from the esports arena we're in a Papa John's commercial. But that's what's really cool about this. So there's a few different ways, and this is why the strategy of this league is really interesting, because if you're a player that is consistent but you're just not in those top spots, then realistically you want to play for points and try to get in through those top 12 and playing in as many events as possible. Absolutely. If you're trying to do, what Casper and a few others have done, just win one and you're in and come back in the semifinals, you can do that too. Because we're seeing a lot of those players just, wanting to wait. But also too, along with that, you can grind, the points. And I think what we're going to be seeing is a combination of players going strictly for wins to lock themselves into the semifinals, and some players trying to get into the top 12 of points, because this is our 4th qualifier out of 6. So we're in the second half of the season right now, Bonnie.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's not an easy feat. I mean, you got a lot of talent here in both of these rooms here today alone. So one of the key things that everyone's going to have to be worried about is how well are some of these players are going to be running. And that's going to be dependent on a lot of factors, from coin to item management, having situational awareness from all around you. Like, a lot of things are going to be a key factor, whether or not someone is going to become a champion within their respective lobbies or not.
Yeah, and it's interesting too. We do have a lot of players that are not playing today. If you look at the standings, I mean, Sneaks is out in Las Vegas right now, so he's out of action. Fate, I think, is taking a break. Kiyoya, who we've seen the first 3 qualifiers sitting in 5th overall in the points. That's before you kind of factor in any sort of, adjustments with players that have already locked in. But Kiyoya is in New York. Casper's in New York. Joel is probably doing things in Mexico. We don't know. We haven't seen him in a hot minute. But yeah, it's just really kind of interesting. I know Ginja is probably playing in New York, and Ginja was actually out in Las Vegas last week. But all of the players, not only are they looking to advance in their position in points, but they're also looking to take down the top 3 for prizing, and they're also looking down the road to get to that coveted trip to Las Vegas. So that is really exciting, seeing how this is all going to play out.
I mean, that trip to Las Vegas would be pretty fun. I wonder if they'll be playing SNS. I would hope so, because I'd love to see some more Mario Kart action, as I always been casting, whether it be with you or riding my Pidgey. But I just love seeing new folks in and just showing a dominant force. So maybe we might be seeing that with one of these competitors here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to necessarily enter into Saturday Night Speedway if you win the trip, but it's kind of semi-implied. Like, if you won this by playing Mario Kart, you're probably going to go to a tournament with $700 on the line and see how well you can do there. But we'll see. I mean, obviously, we're kind of biased. We're all here from Vegas. And, the competition's been incredibly tense, especially last week was kind of insane. So this is a really good proving ground for these players in the MK League now. Completely different format than the last 4 seasons, to where we're seeing different strategies taking place. And I think the top 24, I mean, right now there's still room to get into the top 24 pretty easily. So if there are new players here that want to put up a high score, or you kind of just want to grind out the last 3 qualifiers of the season, you have a lot of different options here to get yourself in.
And again, oh, sure, go ahead.
Hi, everybody. I'm on stream now, so they can hear me. Just want to quickly congratulate Munchie on her upcoming mini Munchie that will be coming in 9 months. So huge congrats to her. I couldn't imagine who would be a better mom. So congrats, Munchie.
Oh man, I was gonna flex that when we saw her on camera. But yeah, I agree. I agree. Yeah, no, I'm excited for you to Munchie and Lil Munchie. By the way, that's like, if that's not her son or daughter's like
username,
IGN, yeah, then that's there's a big mistake going on there. That Unimunchi and Lil Munchie, that's wholesome as hell. But I'm excited. It's always good when the family's growing a little bit, and
100%.
You're dealing with the little youngins.
Oh no, I
Great.
get that entirely. I mean, I'm not a dad, but I am a godfather, and I've taken care of my little, I guess you want to call him munchkin, for lack of a better term.
Munchkin.
Yeah. But
Oh, maybe that could be. Yeah.
munchkin. You know what? Thanks for bringing that up. But no, like I get it though. Like it'll be a little bit tiresome. It'll be all hands on deck for that. But you know what? I'm proud for Unimunchi and little Unimunchi to come in soon to the world, and hopefully you see a lot of the bright things that the world has to offer.
Yeah, my niece is 8 years old now, so glad I could help, but didn't have to change diapers.
My God,
Now
sounds
she's
like
all grown
5.
up. Yeah, it's crazy how time flies. But man, I'm excited to be getting into some of the racing. I think we're waiting on 2 more people here in lobby number 2 before we can get going. I don't know where room number 1 is at, but yeah, we are going to have, it looks like 17 players. I'm not sure if ankles or toes has made it in. And we're still waiting on if MPK is in, but I could have sworn I saw him typing earlier.
You know what? Let me just say this for toe/ankle/ whatever body part he's going to be using. Next thing I'm going to be seeing with that man is he's going to be calling himself the Pinky, because he's going to pinky promise that he's going to win next time. I swear.
Yeah, the last Saturday Night Speedway was pretty wild. Funny name coming down to the wire with Samuel from Dynamite Omega and
Which I thought he was
from
going to
Neko
win.
Knights. Ankles could have won, and Ankles has been playing out of his mind lately. But it's just been exciting just seeing so many different players involved in Saturday Night Speedway, and then also too across the country in some of the LAN events. And then what's really cool is like even though PlayEX, they do a lot of IRL type of tournaments for the collegiate scenes in different esports, but this is a really cool satellite tournament, and I definitely think that. I mean, hey, if you want to take down Funny Name, we all saw the Retnick tweet. I'm going to go there. Now's your chance. Hop into PlayEX League and show your dominance. Yeah, Retnick Open Challenge. Come on, hop into the PlayEX League. Get the free flight. Let's go.
I mean, one of the other things that I wanted to bring up with Ankles is that he recently just join a new team, from what I understand, based on his Twitter announcement?
Yes and no. So there's 2 things. So Neko Knights rebranded back to Neko Knights from Perfect Paladins, and that's not MKC, but he did join, from what I heard, Shogunate Gaming as a content creator here in Vegas.
Gotcha.
The whole joint, I'm going to be in an org while also playing on a MKC team approach. But yeah, so Neko Knights changed back from Perfect Paladins back to Neko Knights, and then he joined, to your point, Shogunate.
Gotcha. I just wanted to make sure if that was an MKC team or was that just something from
that's just
side?
Just an org on the side.
All right. So again, good on for Ankles right there. But there's again a lot of talent here that I'm going to be keeping my eye out on. If you're in lobby 1, probably Unimunchi, since she's becoming a mom soon. That's probably going to be the big one I'm going to look out for to see how they do well. Because obviously you gotta set the standard. If you're gonna have a newborn in the world, you gotta show dominance against the rest of the pack here in this lobby.
Yeah, Unimunchi's on a pretty good track right now. I mean, she got only 19 points at qualifier number 1. I think that might have been due to her internet, but had some pretty solid results over the last 2 weeks, the last 2 qualifiers rather. So she just needs to continue to score triple digits in the last 3 qualifiers, and she will likely make it in. There could be a late resurgence battle. We normally see that every season.
Yeah.
With players trying to get into the top 12 if they're not going to win. But I think that's what's going to be really interesting here. Are you going to see John win, JP Givener? Are you going to see Jake trying to lock himself in, or is Jake going to go for points? Kyret is back in action after 1 week, and I think for Jake as well. Jake and Kyret, they were here at qualifier number 1. So they're now back. Melpool has got a qualifier under his belt. So there's a lot of different storylines, and you got a lot of the players coming in from Neko Knights as well. Will, Zoe, ankles or toes, and so much puke. Let's just see where room number 1 is going to go. I just gotta say that right
now. That's a name. So much puke.
Yeah, I remember I was in a VC with him once, and he was trying to literally what?
This is a moral perspective.
Oh, moral, right. But Puke literally was doing some bad eating challenge, and looked like he was about to die. And yeah, you know, some people like to put themselves through the pain, and we got a lot of different track picks here. Ninja, Coconut.
So this is lobby
GP3.
1, just in case anyone needs a reminder. This is lobby 1, and you know what? We haven't talked a lot about Immortal. I know he's been a really good player. He was on the grind a while back. I don't know how he's been now because he's kind of been, what should we say, a little bit absent as of late due to a variety of things, especially with a lot of travel within his life. But we can't count Immortal Man out of the running now, especially since we haven't even started yet. I just didn't want to
we did get Coconut Mall, so feel free to share this with all your friends.
Oh my god! Every time
we have to. I'd just rather get it out of the way because this sucks. No, I don't bring it up. I didn't bring it up last time. It was Princess Brat that did. So I will throw that out there. But we're going with the Immortal Man here, and the Immortal Man is making his debut right now in the PlayEX League for this season at the very least. So I think for Immortal, he could probably put up a really solid result. It's going to be interesting to see if he's going to be a contender for the top 2 cumulative spots overall. He's going to have to deal with Vantox, and I don't think that he's ever dealt with Vantox before.
I mean, right now he was having a good running until Ag comes in, but you know, we can't fix that.
Yo, they got Serena Williams in one of their ads. Oh, it's probably better than the random girl with like that Giga Chad guy. They have a politically incorrect ad out there. Let's just put it that way, okay?
And this is lobby number 2 over here. And it looks like lobby number 2 is going to be starting in just a few moments here. Looks like everyone's in. Yep.
Let's go lobby number 2. All right.
So as you can see, here's what the current rule set is. 150cc. Looks like we're going for 24 races, hard comms on, because we don't want this an easy challenge for all the racers. We want to make sure to give them as much of a competitive edge as possible.
Oh, wait, it looks like we are going full 24. All right, I'm down. We're just going to send it. Let's go.
So let's see where these racers are picking. I don't know who perspective this is. I don't know if it's Dave's or Kyra's, but either way. Oh, this is Dave's. So it looks like, oh, don't do it. Don't do it. I already have a gripe with that track.
Yeah, that pick 1 would probably turn off half of the viewer base, not going to lie.
All right,
we're going to Shroom Ridge. Man, lots of DLC here in this one.
If it gets picked. If it gets
only
picked.
an RWS pick.
Watch this one get Coconut Mall too, I swear.
I wonder how Vantox is going to react to all of the picks here. Because I think Vantox is incredibly skilled, but I'm just really curious to see if he's going to, you know, he's got to deal with these track picks. But we're going to be going to Palais Promenade. Promenade. Yeah, it's going to be.
I always wanted to call it Promenade because of lemonade, but I know
it is Promenade. It's actually not Promenade.
Okay, then why was someone arguing with me that?
I actually thought it was Promenade for the longest time, but it's actually not.
Okay, I was right day 1. I'm just saying that. I was right day 1. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, you can see the races right now. You got to be careful of that banana drive because we don't want to pretty much get hit out. But this is lap 1, so there's plenty of time to recover if that does happen.
Kyrette and JP Given are out to the early lead. We see Gabe and Kane in here as well. A lot of online players here in this one. Oh, watch the ricochet and green there. Baby Daisy, that is going to be ankles more than likely.
Ankles just dropping that banana, even though he got hit with the.
Or that could be null. That could be null. I don't know. Maybe. Oh no, that's actually a bot. There's no player name on top of that.
Ankles will play regular Daisy. Even to play Baby Daisy.
Yeah, you never know. Nope in here could also play a factor into things. As Dave is now here in 8th, battling with Daisy Bot and
Baby Daisy.
No items right now.
So
but it looks like John has gotten the lead from Kyrette up at the front, though.
One of the unique things about this track is that the left side of that section is a lot faster than this side, where you can get more items, at least for protective purposes, but it's more situational. As you see the blue shell, people might be lap trolling. As you can see this Wario getting close to where these other competitors in the back are coming up.
Yeah, John could be dealing with the bots going the other way. So that's going to be kind of interesting to watch as Dave just takes Zoe out there with the boomerang. Trying to do it again. Another bot is going the wrong way.
Ooh.
Shaw coming into play. Is Dave going to be able to get this ground shroom? He is. Opting to go for boxes. That could be a smart move. We do see Nulp back there in 8. Zoe there as well. Dave hoping to try and chain this golden shroom into the set.
I don't know if he'll be able to have time. It looks like the golden shroom did not expire in time, so he did not chain it properly. Fires off 2 mushrooms. He gets hit with the red and is dropped back down to 9th as we are nearing the final turn. He uses that mushroom. He's got to be careful of that green, but he does stick with 9th place.
Gabe just did Dave so dirty there, as it's JP Givener, Jake, and Kyrette. Nulp in 4th, Gabe in 5th, then Zoe, DK, and Dave. There was a bot that also beat Dave there as well. So Dave said he was practicing. He is looking forward to today.
You really
Hey,
you're
that's
really
what you
gonna
said.
do that?
That's what you said. And then everything bad's kind of happening.
Man, you're really gonna take down our host like that.
Oh, we do have a question coming in from Slater. I don't know if you plan on casting me or not, but do you want me to remove my overlay? I'm just gonna put I'm not sure, but
We're trying to get confirmation. Give us,
no, you're
give us
good.
a minute. We got tongue
Yeah,
twisters
okay,
happening.
we're good. Yeah, we're good with John. John would be a good POV at some point to shift to.
So we're going to Sky Garden for race number 2 and lobby number 2 over here.
A lot of players were picking. We had at least 2 players picking Sky Garden there for race number 1.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think you're gonna see this top 4 kind of battling with JP Givener, Kyrette, Nulp, and Jake here in this one. But lots of other players here could be a factor too.
You know what the funny thing is about that leaf bounce that we just saw from Dave's perspective? I always thought like if you were trying to hit that open part of the leaf, you could still fall off. I didn't think that was still a bounceable area when this first came out.
Yeah, that does give me some traumatic memories on that leaf.
Oh, man.
Say it that way. But John is out in front. Kyrette getting hit, Dave getting hit. Gabe's going to be moving up again. Gabe's been pretty physical so far the first few races. He's gotten that Latin American driving style rubbing off on him. Oh, good snipe there by Dave on a Nulp.
Trying to see JB Givener.
Yeah, so it looks like it was Kane that moved into the lead. Dave's itemless here.
Dave scared me, I'm not gonna lie. Taking that close of a cut off the clouds, almost falling out. Kyrette got bombed, it looked like.
Yeah, Kyrette got hit. It's going to be Kane and JP Givener up there in the lead. Likely, I mean, oh no, Nulp is beside Dave. So that's going to be another Waluigi. That is going to be Gabe.
I'm assuming the player named DK could be Toad.
That's Kane.
That's Kane, okay. So either way, we got all this fire, all these items being bagged. Like, this is just a dangerous spot to be in. It looks like Kyrette got hit by something. I don't know what, but Kyrette's in the back here as we're going into this final turn off the glider.
John's going to win. It's going to come down to a Waluigi. I think Kane's going to maybe get 3rd. Dave finishes in 7th. And so it's going to be Kane, Gabe, Zoe, Jake, Nulp. So pretty interesting. JP Givener all the way up with a 10-point lead there over Jake. Here pretty early on, establishing some dominance here.
Oh man, as you can see, here are some of the other races that happened. It looks like it's on Donkey Kong Jungle and they're lap one.
The people in the
Up
top
here in the
spots
top,
really
you got
good.
this Waluigi in first place, setting himself in a nice position, followed by that Waluigi in 6th, holding on to that star, and I want to say
Surprised
that's
there hasn't been a
triple
blue
reds.
Kind of cringe.
Ooh, what a dangerous combo.
Yeah, so we're seeing the players in room 2. They're picking, and we just see the battle going on right here. We see
This is an FFA
Immortal right
tournament, so I
now
can do
trying to
whatever
battle there
it
with
is.
Duke on the bottom, lower middle third of the screen, and Stevens up at the front, just kind of taking. Oh no, that's Vantox up at the front.
No shot!
Taking control up in the to our right on the screen, but a shot coming into play there. So we'll have to see how that plays out as we're back here. Race number 3, Coconut Mall, another early pick here in room number 2.
Look, I love this track back on the Wii, but this is not the same track. There's a lot of differences that make this track a lot different, but it is a nice return to form, more or less. Without the moving cars, though, that's like the one big disappointment a lot of folks have.
They were able to do it on tour, so I couldn't.
They're able to do it on tour, but not on here for some reason.
Yeah, that is strange. Like I don't understand why that is. But
Keep in mind
out
that
to the
most
early
of these phones are
lead,
more powerful than the Switch.
I want to say that that's going to be not only John, but also Nulp as well. Kyrette's going to be in 3rd. We know that Kane is going to be in the back of the pack. You can kind of see the break there already between the computer players as well. Correct me if I'm wrong. Are the computers on normal?
No, they're on hard.
They are on hard. Oh, wow.
They're on hard difficulty. Trust me. That was one of the things I noticed in the beginning. And it looks like Dave, unfortunately, somehow during the middle of that turn, cannot back the red in time to defend himself. But meanwhile, and a shot
comes into play. Is that Daisy? That's not Ankles. Is it Ankles?
No, I don't even think Ankles is in this lobby. I don't see his name anywhere.
Yeah, I don't think he showed up. He was supposed to be in this lobby.
Supposed to be. Meanwhile, you got Dave over here climbing up the ranks once again, slowly with the golden mushroom. Into the glider. Fires off another one. Fires off two. We're going into the final lap here. You see DK with Gabe and Zoe. Not that far apart from each other. Did you see Gabe over here? Oh! And a star comes into play.
Gabe had either trips or something out there as Zoe had a star. And everyone is chasing John right now. I think it's going to be John, Nulf, and Kyrette. Or no, Jake and Kyrette. Potentially, Jake is going to be one of those Waluigis as well. So, three-way break for the top three. But it is going to be John going for the perfect 45 right now. 3 for 3. Dave here trying to race and might block up 7th. Hits the troll hit there on Kane, as these two have had a feud for the longest time.
It was kind of funny because I just saw Kane exit out of a ghost in front of our perspective, and then he enters right back in with another ghost after going to that next set.
So John with 45 right now, looking kind of unstoppable here in this lobby, as I know he's racking up his viewer count here on his stream. He's already up to about 30 or so viewers. So he's going to be looking to pick us. We're looking back now here on Immortal. He's in 4th place. This is going to be...
Wario's,
Mount Wario. Yeah, I don't know why I was like, is it the mountain? Is it?
Hey, there's a lot of tracks, and we're soon going to get 96 in total. So eventually, we are going to be forgetting these names. Might as well do it now before we get all of them later on, and then be in the cluster world a mess.
Yeah, Stevens and Puke, and then likely Vantox up in the front. So this is going to be huge. Imagine if, John's got a pretty dominant lead right now. Imagine if Vantox is doing the same thing in the other lobby. The two of them lock in, then it's really going to be a focus for some of these other players to be getting into the top 12. And luckily for Stevens, though, Stevens and Sneaks, they were grinding it out, and they were able to lock their spots in to the top, the top 24 for the semifinals last qualifier.
Absolutely. And we are in Dragon Driftway for this race over here in lobby number 2. And right now you can see everyone's just throwing up a barrage of items. Zoe getting past here. She's got to be careful of these triple greens in front of her.
Yeah, Zoe and Dave are going back and forth. They're like literal magnets to each other right now. Dave had to back a red or a green to the red, threw one forward. Still has another green left. Blue shell's coming into play and a shock. And this is going to go ahead and hit John. Another player just switched to Wario as well, as Nope passes Kyrette there for 3rd.
Is Kyrette still King Boo or is Dave Wario? Oh, but never mind, because Kyrette just backed the bomb on Dave right here, unfortunately. But Dave has the items needed to climb back up with these triple shrooms. Fired off 2 of them from the cut.
I think that Kyrette switched to Roy, but I could be wrong. Zoe there in 5th, and it's going to be Dave there in 6th. And this is getting real right now. It's pretty wild.
See Gabe in 4th over here as well, trying to maintain their spot against Zoe, who only has triple shroom. Nulf got hit out by some, but it looks like a lag trail from Nulf hit Dave. I'm not sure what happened there. And a shot comes
Nulf didn't lose his green, which makes it interesting. Another shock from the back. This is going to be good for Dave. Good little drift there in to get the double. He's going to get shrooms and something here. No.
Oh, he's got something, all right. He's got himself more power, baby, as he throws the blue, followed by, or pretty much the star first, then the blue. Goes into another set, and he's got himself a boomerang. Going for some beautiful Joe action right there.
He's trying to take Gabe out, too.
And he take down Kyrette as well. Gotta be careful.
This is going to be what the fans will want.
Gotta be careful of that green.
Yeah, doesn't look like he connected with anybody, but another solid 3rd there for Dave. John, 4-0 now here over Gabe, Dave, Kyrette, and Zoe. Not a good race there for Nulp and Jake. And already a 21-point lead now over Jake here after 4 races. This is literally going to be John's qualifier to lose here.
We're in
I mean, I'm
Sunshine
getting a headache,
Airport
but-
over here in lobby number 1. I'm assuming this is a Mortal Man's perspective still. As you can see him taking this tight line, trying to compete against the likes of some of these other players. Who was that? Vantox in front.
Vantox back in 5th, but has the plant, looking to take down Puke. Puke opts to go wide. Very smart play, and Puke has the red. So a smart move too by Puke not to red Vantox, because if you red a player that has a plant, it just makes your life miserable because everybody dies.
Yeah, everyone died. You die, they die, but they'll catch back up. They get the little boost from the Piranha plant. You got nothing.
Yeah, so you do have that momentum there. As Puke's now battling here with Immortal. Meanwhile, there is a player all the way up at the front. It could be Stevens that may be checked out there with 10 coins. We don't know, but it is Excite Bike Arena here for race number 5.
That's pretty exciting to be at this arena. I'm just
Exciting.
saying. Yeah,
Oh my
I
God.
used to punt.
Excite Bike.
Yeah, I used to punt. What do you want from me? Anyway.
You did it with such a monotone thing. I
Yes.
was like, oh.
Anyway, you got Dave over here with the mushroom. Decides to fire it off to get in first place, taking that nice cut there with the items. Gotta be careful of Kane, who looks like they're dragging a banana, but Dave got sniped by someone's banana. That was probably Gabe's.
Gabe has been literally on a tear to just destroy Dave's life, and it's only
Yes.
like race 5. Gabe is connected with Dave at least 5 times so far. Once every race.
I don't know whose green that was, but that was very close. Dave was just very fortunate enough to avoid it. But there is a red coming in. Looks like it is going to be going after someone, but maybe there was something on the track that destroyed the red. Who knows?
Yeah, the red could have also broken with something here, so Dave might be opting to chain there. Doesn't get the double. Had to go a little bit wide, and is going to get a red shell. So we'll have to see. Dave's going to want to pressure Kyrette here, which is probably going to be what the viewers are going to want, or just kind of take a back seat here and reassess.
There's the red thrown forward, but there was a banana blocking his path, so it was not going to connect to Kyrette. See Jake with the triple greens. You got to be careful there. One wrong move and you're losing a bunch of spots. Meanwhile, we're in the final lap as we're collecting a couple of coins here, and we're probably going to use this mushroom if it doesn't get ghosted onto this final turn.
Interesting chain there by Dave. He did throw a few of those greens forward. Getting more shells now as it is a battle between the Warriors up at the front. Is that JP Givener or somebody else? Kyrette is up there as well too. Haven't really seen Kyrette in an FFA situation in quite a while.
A long time.
Oh, John is going to lose. Huge bomb. This could be. Oh, it's going to go to Kane. No. Kane's in second.
And Dave
Who is the
taking
Wario?
third.
Gabe takes it. Gabe was the other
Yeah.
Wario.
JP Givener finally loses his winning streak.
Yeah, Gabe able to take it down. Man, Gabe's been pretty physical. And now Gabe moves up into second over Jake here in room number 2.
That
I'll be
bomb
honest.
was very crucial for some folks, as it allowed many others to pass them if they had the speed items to pretty much avoid a catastrophe.
Yeah, I'll be honest too. I'm not a morning person, but like all these hits are like literally making me want to pop some Advil right now. Just get the headache going away. We see a lot of more DLC picks here out of room number 2, and an interesting me there from Kane as well. And it is going to be going to Wario Stadium here, so this will be an interesting pick. This was picked, I think, by Gabe, who just kind of wants to run. Pretty confident in the running presence that he has, and we'll see if he can continue this streak that he's on.
Technically, if you think about it, Wario has 2 stadiums, the one from the 64, he's got this one here, and he's got Mount Wario. I feel like this dude just knows how to make money. I really don't know how Wario does it.
So huge shakeup there on the first turn as expected. It looks like that. I'm guessing that's still Gabe up in the front, then Zoe and Kyrette. My guess is that maybe John was trying to make a little bit of a move. We'll see maybe if and so as Dave uses backhand, we can confirm that is Slater in the back.
Oh, Dave just had to be very careful with that banana, but he cut too tight on that second part of that turn, the zigzag, which unfortunately allowed him to fall off and drop a spot. Meanwhile, you still have JB Givener in 4th and Zoe in 5th, trying to climb back up the ranks where Kyrette and a few others are at. It's probably Kane in the front, or close to it in 2nd or 3rd. Oh, gotta be careful of the triple greens, and the triple greens connect, unfortunately, to Dave. but we still have time. It is lap 2. You see a green thrown forward. It looks like it destroyed probably an item on the course rather than the baby Peach or Rosalina, whichever baby that is. Meanwhile, Dave's over here still climbing back to the range, speeding past, but he's getting passed by bullet bills, and you can see Kane right there getting hit by something, probably the fireballs.
So Dave, getting hit yet again there, but luckily it's only lap number 2 as he got, I think, shelled in the back as we're heading into lap number 3, but Kane and a few others are going to be passing him. He's going to be in 9th. That does mean that there is at least one computer player, and that's going to be the baby Daisy. Oh, and the baby Rosalina.
Oh, this is
boy,
going to be so dangerous right now. By Odin's beard, Thor is ready to summon the thunder. And there it is!
That was actually a pretty good shot spot right there. So Dave here on the prowl with the blooper. Could also...
no!
We spoke too soon.
He ran into the red that was on the ground, but narrowly avoided those double bananas as if they were a goalpost. Probably indicating Mario Striker's gameplay soon. Who knows? As you can see, the golden mushroom Dave is taking this cut is probably going to land himself in a nice 7th place position here.
Now, who won, Gabe or Slater? That is the question. It's going to be JP Givener redeeming himself there for Gabe, Kyrette, and Jake. And Gabe's just trying to do the best he can to kind of bridge that gap right now.
And right now, you look at those overall scores. It looks like Kane is struggling just a tad bit.
He had a DC.
Oh, he had a DC. Never mind. So the scores will be updated later on. Hopefully, we get those in. You can see Ninja Hideaway in lobby number 1. You see Vantox and Stevens out in the front early on.
And you can tell, too, that because Stevens started where he started, that he did win a race and took one off of Vantox there. So this should be pretty interesting in terms of, what a snipe there on an Immortal. Yeah, it's just those top players, they know what they're doing. And, man, they really just pulled that one out there, Immortal.
Man, Immortal is just not having good luck. I swear, every time I see him, he tries to stay in the top spot, but he gets hit by something. Not too much, but we've been seeing that as of late every time we transition into him. But Immortal is trying to take down Vantox at the red, but he doesn't have anything else to work with him here, except for speed boosting items.
Yeah, Vantox on XI.
Ooh.
Also, their sub-team is called Alice Tex-Mex. That is what it is literally called. So
that's a good name.
I don't want to get canceled. But Vantox also is a World Cup player for Team Netherlands. So for Vantox, he is very skilled. Netherlands has a small community scene there too, and is likely going to be a very tough player to beat.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's no easy feat to go against the likes of like Stevens or Vantox there, because those are probably going to be the 2 projected players that will have the most dominance here. As you can see, we're going to be transitioning into the final lap in Ninja Hideaway.
I can take this item.
This is good for Immortal, but you also got to factor in that Vantox is very good with his economy management. Probably has the 10 coins. And with Immortal, literally just pulling straight shrooms. Oh, and this is why I think that this race might... Oh, no, it's going to count.
I think he did that a little too early.
That Koopa's a little slow.
Who knows if anyone has anything dangerous enough that can literally disrupt the entire race. I don't know if there's a shock or not.
I don't know what's going on. The fact that he's been rolling straight shrooms and this Koopa is like literally dead on the map is a little bit concerning.
I've seen this a lot in FFA when I play online, so like this is not new to me because like I would be there's a DC.
There it is. Yep, yeah, you knew it was a DC because of the way the items were rolling. But here we go back to Dave here on lap 2, literally switching mid-race back to himself. He's here in 8. He does have a bill, so this is an interesting spot for him. Kyrette's going to be in the lead here, followed by what looks to be Jake or Nulp. And then you got JP Givener and Gabe there in 4th. Blue Shell coming into play. And actually, there's a really good bill spot here for Dave. He's got to try to catch up and get some more items.
It looks like Kyrette had something to stop that blue because I didn't see the explosion on the mini-map. So it looks like he might have had a horn. So either way, it looks like Kyrette's going to be taking it home. I don't know who's 2nd or 3rd. We'll have to find out and see. We just have to be careful, avoid these trucks as we see Dave getting 7th, Zoe getting 6th right there.
Kyrette, JP Givener, Jake, then Gabe. So now it is a 22-point lead from John over Gabe. So again, this is going to probably be Slater's lobby to lose. But obviously, what a big mark that would be if John can lock himself in a spot as we're heading over, as we've consolidated the streams here.
I don't want to leak someone's friend code there. So.
All right, so we'll see
that's
where
true.
everything is going here. You see Shroom Ridge as a possible option, Neo Bowser City, Random, Yoshi Circuit, as well as Ninja Hideaway, as we saw earlier from the last lobby, and Yoshi Valley. I wonder which one we're going to.
Lots
Watch
of
it.
DLC. Wait,
Watch, we're gonna go to
John
random.
repicking, is that a penalty? If it lands?
If it lands, yes.
If it
Oh.
lands, it's a penalty. But
yeah.
it looks like we're going to Neo Bowser City anyway.
It should be interesting. Hopefully John's aware of that rule. I'm gonna
It's on the website.
It's on the website, so the rule's there for anyone to see. So if they want to play the I didn't know card, well, it's in
Yeah.
the rule set.
imagine the universe where John loses an automatic bid in the semifinals because he's repicking. That would be so catastrophic.
That's something that Kane
That-
would do on purpose.
Kane would
that-
do that on purpose because Kane
He's
does
done it on
not care.
purpose. He hasn't lost it.
But I sent John like a friendly note, so we'll see what's going on there. But yeah, he's definitely killing it. This is gonna be Dave here in 8th right now, trailing Daisy.
Oh, what a snipe right here with Dave against that Daisy player. Meanwhile, over here on the S turn, going into the final set of lap 1 over here. Let's see what he gets. I don't know where everyone else is standing. It looks like it's a close battle between possibly Gabe and Kyra in first and second, with JB giving her probably in third, if I had to take a guess.
I think the Warriors are flipped. I think that this is going to be Gabe here. We'll take a look here as Dave's about to catch the group. But I want to say that John might be the one moving ahead in the lead. And there it is. Gabe getting hit out here. And good avoidance there by Dave. But he loses one of his reds to a banana. As now he's in 6th. He's going to be trailing what looks to be like Nulp or Jake here at the moment.
Nope, I feel like every time I hear the word nope, I'm thinking like the 7-Eleven, like Big Gold Cup. I don't know why. That's what my thought
Is Nulp
process.
still in the lobby?
Don't know. Probably good.
I don't. I think we can take a look at the results screen because I'm having this weird feeling that he might have dropped.
It looked like Kyrek got hit with that blue, and they're stuck in the back over there, and then the shock happens. Here you can see that's Kane right there in third, staying within those spots. Nice use of the horn there. I don't know if he got anyone that, but he does get bombed for his
Where did
action.
you get all these bombs from?
Well, he gets all these bombs from Holy Smokes Bomb Club.
There's been a lot more bombs since the DLC has been a thing. I'm just gonna say that. As right now, it looks like this could be maybe Jake up at the front. Dave getting hit. He's gonna have to pop the good piece of the bill to avoid the banana. Can't hit out Zoe, but let's see how this plays out. It's gonna be Jake, JP Givener, DK Gabe, Zoe. We did lose Nulp. I had a feeling we did, and Nulp ended up dropping. So that is going to be making things a lot more interesting now with 6 players that are human here in this lobby.
Oh man, I mean that is just unfortunate, but hey, what can you do? Real life events happen at times. There's not much they can do in terms of control there. As you see, everyone's in the lobby on both rooms trying to get a track going. We'll see where everyone ends up being at in just a few moments.
Yeah, it is 9:30 at night as well for Nulp, as something just broke. Oh, I know what that was. Okay, man, very tight quarters that we're
My sanity.
that I'm casting in. But yeah, so Nulp is out of room number 1. So that's going to make things really interesting here for the point situation for the 7 players left, excuse me, here in this room. We did get a repick here. So whoever repicked
we haven't been here yet. They went there.
Lobby 2.
Oh, Lobby
has
2
not
went
been
there.
Ninja
Oh, right.
Hideaway. It was Lobby 1 that was.
Oh, right. Okay, right. That's true. Because I keep thinking, okay, Waluigi.
You were
Yeah,
taking
so
Immortal
this-
Man because that's what we had.
Yeah. So when John was actually picking Ninja, we're fine.
Yeah, we're good. Anyway, you see, Dave
I probably gave him a
somehow
heart
had to
attack.
avoid that green that was just so hard to read. Like, it came out of nowhere.
I hate
Well,
that
right-
movie.
Like, that moving platform, like, it was very... How do I say this nicely? It's very unconventional for a lot of players. Like, it's not a fun time. You see Zoe getting hit out. I think that was by the red. And then there's a warrior who got dragged out by the green from Dave.
Yeah, Mortal Man did say something correct in the chat. Yeah, Lobby 2 or Lobby 1, excuse me. can repick Hideaway because that race didn't count. Because of
That is true. That was true.
Dave opting to go up top here. Path of least resistance. It is a little bit slower, but hey, Dave is going to get an item box for this.
At least
Shot
he is
coming
on
into
top
play.
of the roof, or else he would have just fell all the way down with no items.
Yeah, this is a good spot for Dave. He might want to use this for the cut, or he might just opt to go forward. Does get a
Collect
really,
these coins.
really good efficient boost over onto the top ledge. Is he going to stay on the top? No, he's going to go to the bottom. But a good pull here for Dave in fifth. Everyone is tracking down.
There's a blue shell coming in. You see Kyrat in fourth is not going to be taking the full force of it. But I want to say, if that is JP Givener at that Waluigi, man, he is gone.
No, JP Givener's Wario. That's got to be Jake.
Jake from State Farm got it. That's probably Jake. He gets hit with the blue shell. Looks like he didn't have anything to stop it. You see that Wario coming in with the star in second. My God. Look at there's JP Givener right there on the left.
So that means that Gabe is in second, as Dave here just gets booed and goes all over the track.
I've never seen like that middle part of that moving, whatever it is, moving platform allowed you to jump like that. That's the first for me. Wow.
Another blue shell coming into play, but it won't affect the leaders here. So
No,
my
it'll
guess
probably
is that
affect
Jake
fourth
took the
place.
win. Battle between Slater and Gabe for second. Zoe's going to get fifth. Dave is going to get sixth.
Looks like Gabe got fourth, I think, because I think that's him right there. Or maybe I could be wrong, because he was technically blued. So we'll just have to wait to
I
see.
think
if the
that had to
results
have been
come
Jake. I feel like Jake, yeah. So Jake takes the win, Kyret, JP Givener, Gabe, and then Zoe. And Kane finishing somewhere in the abyss right there. So really well done there. And JP Givener still has just such a huge lead right now. So
in. I mean, those first four wins literally brought him up in the highest spot possible. We're back in lobby 1 on Water Park this time around.
well, going to Water Park, Immortal Man with Waluigi.
Are you
Getting dragged by the red shell there at Water Park. So good.
Is this your Boston accent coming back out?
A little bit.
Do I gotta go Brooklyn now? Go to Water Park?
Man.
Don't mind me. I'm just popping some Advil. I don't know why. I just haven't. When I'm
Because
like-
he's not racing, folks. That's why he's getting a headache. Watching
Literally,
those
yeah.
terrible
I
lines.
keeps
can't
up with
watch
the
this
bombs,
game for
I'm
more
gonna
than
need
2
Advil.
hours.
There's a bomb right there going into that final set at Water Park. I don't know how crucial that was for that particular
Are
player.
y'all ready for the jam
We're on
music?
Shroom Ridge here. No whammies, no
Yes,
whammies,
music
no
again.
jammies either.
No whammy.
No whammies.
How many people actually know where that reference comes from?
Don't know.
I don't even know where that reference
Press your
comes
luck.
from.
Oh,
Is that a
man.
game show?
Yeah, with games
Yes.
from the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, meanwhile, you see Kyra
beer
in
to market.
second place.
Sorry.
I was so lost with you, Dave. Anyway, you see Kyra here in third. Was in second earlier. I think that's a boomerang they might have. Oh, yeah, both Kyra and Dave have boomerangs. You gotta be careful of them trying to be Beautiful Joe right now with those boomerang attacks.
I would bet $100 that JP Givener's going to win this race. If the shock doesn't come out late lap 3.
He's willing to bet. Is anyone gonna take that bet with that particular caster? Type your things right now. In the
Leave
Twitch
me
chat.
alone.
Dave is getting absolutely murdered back here.
Stop! He's already.
Oh, it's
dead.
Kane. Kane's probably just written this entire event off to troll Dave. I wouldn't be surprised.
Man, Kane wants to be the big red machine,
least
but
my
he's
loser
not
would
from
be
that area.
I'm also surprised that Dave didn't affect the integrity of the placements of qualifiers just to get Kane out of his room.
Just to get Kane out of his room.
Yeah, Kane. It's like personal with Kane and Dave, you know. Like they just want to kill each other. It's mainly Kane that wants to kill Dave, but like I feel like.
But
Dave
I
goes
think
up.
that's Kyra in the front right now. If memory serves me right, if he's playing the Roy, yeah, I'm gonna put my money on that. Who's in first? And I want to say, I don't know. Maybe that's Gabe as well. I'm not sure which one is there. Oh, there's Gabe. Never mind. You just saw him pass in 5th place. So we'll see where this blue shell is going to connect. I think they're trying to do after use here, but they're too close to each other. But Kyra, I think, got hit with that explosion.
Yeah, Dave, a little too close for comfort there with that trail. It is going to be a drag race, and it is likely going to be Jake that's going to be taking this one down yet again. Kane, once again, just finding Dave in the most inopportune position, taking advantage of him. And Dave's
Dave, Dave just
call the Good
raged quitting by
Samaritans
falling off
because
the
Dave's
track.
about to jump. No, it's Zoe that takes the win down.
All right.
Jake gets 5th. But I mean, yeah, let's get that Good Samaritan hotline up there. Dave just did this one right
So
off.
who took Knight on that bet on the Twitch chat for $100? Because you said one player was going to win and it did not come out to that outcome. Who
I don't think there was a shock, was there?
No, there was.
No.
Not.
Oh, yeah, that's strange. That's a strange race because usually the shock would come in at like the end of lap number 2. And Dave kind of played that lap 2 and 3 as good as he possibly could have.
And then you're in donut plans over here in this lobby number 1, as you can see. Oh, Morris just has to be very careful not getting dragged by that green. It's hard for me to see the name of that. I believe that's Puke in second.
Duke is going to be there. Will is in 4th. So that's got to be Vantox up there running. It just has to be, especially on DP3 and the
I'm going to
community
trust you with
hatred.
your knowledge of all these players and assume that is Vantox with you.
Yeah, this is the thing, just for anyone that's like is following along, when you only really get one point of view, and it's kind of now becoming the meta for SNS because we have people that want to tell other people what items they have. You have to make inferences as to who is where. And most of the time, if you're paying attention, we can get them right 90% of the time. So we know that Kyret's in 1st. We know that it's going to be a combination of Jake or Zoe. Zoe likely was the one that got hit out there. So you know you're kind of it was Jake that got hit
No, that
out.
was
So
Jake who hit out.
you
so
can
Zoe's
you're going to be getting them right most of the time, maybe like 70 to 80%, maybe 90 is a bit of a stretch, but that's kind of what you have to go off of now. But we do know that we got Gabe and Slater there in the top 5, but Kyret's checked out from the back here.
There is a blue shell coming in way from the back. And Dave just nearly avoiding it. You see Gabe avoiding as well as Zoe. And I think that's going to be Kyrie, who does get hit by the blues. They had nothing. And Dave just blocking the back thread.
Yep, so Gabe is here, so we know that Slater has taken over the lead.
Oh,
followed
what a
by
snipe.
Kyret. Wow, that was good, especially too with the bats kind of impairing your vision there a little bit.
No, absolutely. I mean, the bats can, not only can they like disrupt your visual view, they can also like disrupt your driving and hit you.
Yeah, you can lose momentum. The bats are something that you should not underestimate on a track like
Especially
this
on-
or Goldmine or...
I hate Goldmine so much because of the bats.
Are there bats on Grumble?
No.
Okay.
No, there's not. Dave has to be careful of these shovel greens. And there it is. There's one of the other 2 greens thrown by Jake to hit Dave out of position. And
Oh,
Dave
boy.
almost right into the back.
That was some good awareness there by Jake. As Dave also has to avoid the fire there. It does look like John is in the lead. It's going to be Kyret. Then it's going to be Gabe trying to battle with Kyret from behind. And Plant coming in here from Dave. Blue Shell. Is he going to track to him? Oh, wait, did that hit?
No! Are you kidding me? Dave just took
Kane.
the unfortunate, brutal forest target from the blue shells.
Kane just griefed the crap out of Dave. And Zoe was also a byproduct of it. But yeah, John has literally checked out here. John just has to be concerned about what the other lobby is doing. And
I don't know how else to say this except, like, dude got checked. He got checked really hard.
Oh God.
You see
I
a
don't know.
Mortal Man in 1st in Wild Woods.
I can't see the lap counter on this because I'm...
It's
one,
it's lap
okay.
1. We're going into lap 2. You see Vantox in 2nd. I didn't get a chance to see who was in 3rd. But Mortal Man's having a good run right now. He's got the muscle. He's probably going to hold on to it in case that blue shell does come in. Unless he might chain it here just for a physical defense.
Yeah, we saw that Puke and we saw that Will. Oh no, Stevens and Will were going to be back there. So now,
Bomb,
huge hit out there and
bomb.
a bomb.
Oh, Mortal Man's got to be careful.
Mario
with the
Party
super
King's
range.
moving on up. Vantox behind MPK, and Vantox does have fire as well. As fire though was coming from behind. Oh
Are
man,
you kidding me with
Immortal.
that shock?
just misses the box.
Hey, at least he
Oh.
goes between those 2 greens like if they were goalposts for Mario Strikers. I'm just saying.
Yeah, this is a little bit crazy seeing how this is going to play out here. Again, players here fighting on the line for a trip to Las Vegas to take down funny name in the Vegas Mario Kart community, or just chill, just hang out. You know, so shout outs
I
also
hope
as well
they try to
to
take down Funny Name.
to Storm Rush Gaming for also being a sponsor of the MK League as well. Want to point that out.
Absolutely.
Good chain there from Dave. He does lose the shroom, but does get 2 more. If Dave wants to, he could inherit
He
the
could
lead.
probably take first right here against
But-
Kyrat, but he's got to be careful of the green
Oh,
Kyrat has.
Zoe with the red. That might have just given Dave a heart attack there. She went a little wide.
No, Kyrat
huge
almost
bomb.
backed Dave with that bomb.
It did get a few people, though, but it didn't get Dave. Dave was too close.
Heart attack.
Man,
There.
we're getting updates right now that Dave had a heart attack and almost went flying off his chair.
Kyrat did not get hit by the fire there. Dave with an interesting pull here. And he's got a little bit of a gap, but good use of the back camera. It doesn't look like that red's going to connect. It looks like it broke off something. But meanwhile, Dave has 7 coins. John is coming up with a vengeance. And Kyrat likely has 10 coins and is breaking
No,
away.
you kidding me? JP giving her, just giving Dave the business right now with that green shell.
Giving Dave the full throttle special there. As Jake has now moved into
That
3rd.
sounds like a sex thing.
Hey, you know what? Don't hate on John's slogans, okay? He's giving her full throttle. But
Oh, calm down. As Dave is in 5th place, Dave was in a ghost of avoid all 3 of those back to
wow,
back.
Gabe with a little bit of craziness there at the end. It's Kyrat, Jake, JP giving her Gabe, then Dave and Zoe. Kane getting 7th. But yeah, you know, sometimes you just got to keep giving her.
I swear to God.
Listen,
We're gonna get kicked out.
this is his slogan, not ours. We're infringing on his trademarks here.
Rough in
And
the
out of pure rage and hatred, Dave is gonna go baby park.
I feel like we're playing football now where you got to rough the passer or you get a penalty. They were giving them
Oh,
the
yeah.
business. That's what you're giving. I swear.
Just wait till my unsportsmanlike conduct comes out.
And I swear to God. Oh, I just saw, by the way, the HyperX Arena just tweeted that there's a car in front of the merchandise area now. I don't know why.
They have a car in there?
Yeah, like, you can check their Twitter if you really want to. We're going to cheap.
Wait, what?
What?
Why did they move? Why did they put a Tesla in there? That makes
Oh,
It's
a
for the
Tesla. Of
event
course
they
it's a
have at the
Tesla.
arena today.
Of course it's a Tesla.
I don't know what the event is. I
What
remember
the
someone told
heck?
me. You figure that out as we go into Cheap Beach on, I think, race 13 on this?
I don't know what to tell you.
13 or 14.
13 or 14, something like that. And right now, Dave's just getting screened out of item boxes as well as a few other players. Right, he's got to be careful of this Daisy with the banana. If they start dragging, he's going to lose spots.
Yeah, there's a lot going on right now. I'll tell you that much. Dave here in 3rd. Zoe, or now has moved up into 2nd. Zoe's going to be taking the lead. We see one of the Warriors going back. That could be Gabe. Yeah, it is Gabe because John is going to be behind Dave here as John now moves up into a star. Dave's got to be a little bit careful. Kyrat also adding heavy pressure there with the green.
Oh, wait, did Kyra get dragged by the red? Or was
No.
the star destroying
It looked weird out of your peripheral vision. I saw it too, but Kyrat is fine. Blue shell coming into play. That's gonna hit Zoe. Now Kyrat's gonna move into. Oh,
And then
wait.
shock happens, which kind of protects Zoe from Kyra and Dave over here. But Dave is climbing up the race, but he couldn't see the banana due to the ink.
yeah. You know, sometimes you gotta look a little harder. Maybe get your eyes checked, or maybe it's just bad luck. I think in that case it was
Probably,
bad
probably
luck for
should have
Dave.
glasses on.
Yeah.
Sure, should have glasses on.
Zoe getting absolutely bombarded out after having a really solid run up there in 1st. But it is going to be JP giving her, then Gabe, then Jake, and Dave here. Everyone, you know, what's annoying me here is it's all the 4-letter names. We got John, Gabe, Jake, and Dave. And
I was
it is-
thinking that
and then
too.
Zoe. Like, they're all 4-letter names. This is like, when you're casting like this, it's just like in my head, my brain is going crazy. And then you got
You're gonna have
Kane
a
as
name
well.
named Paul.
Kane is dropping.
They literally-
You're gonna have
That don't look too bad.
You're gonna have a name named Paul. You're gonna have Donnie with 1 N, and then a few other names with 4 letters.
Oh, this is
This
catastrophic
way.
for Dave. He already committed to going over the cut, and the shock coming into play there.
Kyra
So,
was able to dodge that. I
Yeah,
don't even know. Where did the blue go? Did he get horned?
I don't know. I
That's
think
gotta
so.
be Kyra in the front right now.
Kane dropping and Nulp dropping is really going to change the dynamic of this lobby.
Like, there's just so much to process in this entire thing here. Kyra in 1st, JP in 2nd, Kane in 3rd, Zoe in 4th, Gabe in 5th. Nice job overall so far. I mean, there's still plenty more action to go. I'm curious to see what the other lobby is like right now, if they are having a fun time or not.
So Kane's likely going to end with 71.
No,
We
he has
don't know
more
what-
because of an earlier DC.
Or plus his earlier DC. Nulp is going to be ending with a low score too. And this is Nulp's debut here this season. Even though we have seen Nulp play in other seasons before. So this is really going to change things up. And I mean, it's still going to open the door for some potential players to be fighting in these 12 for points.
Let's see, the Merman going to red out NPK. It looks like they opted not to, just hold on to. He backs the red, but the red comes after him, so probably not the best decision in that moment of time.
You know you can throw it back.
You see Vantox over here in 6th place, going to drop down. If you at the drag with that banana going into lap number 2. That was pretty crazy.
Yeah, we saw some of the DKs up there in the front. That's likely going to be a combination of maybe Puke and Will there in that one. So we'll see how that's going to be playing out for them. But meanwhile here, with Kane dropping, this is going to give a lot of players here in this lobby a lift in points. Just because of the nature of, I'm guessing Nulp, it was a little bit late and he might have gotten PO'd or something. Because he is playing out of Belgium. So he's 9 hours ahead. Vantox normally doesn't have that problem. I know Vantox is like a little bit older. But, oh, Dave, be very careful.
He almost breathed himself.
Oh, but he got Slayer. And he dies for it
giving
too.
her the business is what he just did.
That sounds worse.
I don't know. You've been saying a bunch of things this entire
John's
time.
John's just a kid. He's like 18. No, he's vibing, or 19 or 20. I don't know. But anyways, Kyrette is in the lead, trying to reassert her dominance, that she is relevant in the FFAs, as we're about to see. And you know, that's going to be a very interesting storyline. Like, what happens if Kyrette wins the trip to Vegas? One, Kyrette already lives in Vegas, and two,
I was just gonna
We'll have to
say.
Can't
fly
go very
her out of
far
Vegas
Mario
to fly
Kart
her
wise.
back to Vegas.
Anyways, nice set of items here. I want to say a shock is nearby in play, but I could be wrong here. I'm not.
I think the shock's going to happen in like a little bit less than 10 seconds. You got to look at those bots that are now coming up on the set.
Oh, in the back green from Gabe to Dave. That was
Dave's going to need to get to a box ASAP right now, though. If the shock does come into
barely
play.
just got one. You did not have the height or the speed for it, but he does get the speed now. It looks like Kyrie was hit with that blue, but a tight banana stopped Dave's forward momentum.
What happens? Sometimes you go a little too wide, too tight. But Dave optimizing the throttle. He's giving her. Oh boy, baby, with the fire. Getting up to fifth.
It looks like he only stopped one and not two, as Zoe gets fourth, Gabe in third, Kyrie in second, Jake in first, and Dave in fifth.
That is huge. That was a really well played sequence there by Dave. That was the worst result there for John this entire round. And so now it's still a 24-point lead for John. He hasn't been increasing on that gap that we haven't seen. So now we do see Toad Circuit coming in. We see a lot of parallels here between these two lobbies, as we got Vantox up top and then Immortal on the bottom. John is in the middle there in this column up here. 6th race. This is after the DC, so it's definitely more than the 6th race. And Vantox getting second. I wonder who we got second to. It might have been Stevens? Yeah, there it is. It's Stevens.
Well, I know there's a little bit of stream delay difference because every streamer has their stream delay differently. Because I was like, wait, why did the Immortal start first, but the top one didn't? I was like, oh, no, wait, I have to remember.
My guess would be that Vantox probably has a higher delay because of the fact of, you know, Vantox. Yeah, I'm surprised that there aren't as many players watching Vantox at this hour. Vantox has been really on the come up on the streaming game for Mario Kart, especially too being one of the better players out of the Netherlands and in Europe in general. But back here to Twisted Mansion, things are going to get extra twisted. So
don't get it twisted, all right? That's
all
you need to know from this track.
I was
the
watching
red comes in and hits Zoe.
Watching a video of one of my favorite esports stores, and they're sponsored by an alcoholic brand that has Twisted in the name. Gabe here about to get redded out. Is he going to be able to dodge? He tries to go for a wall dodge, but doesn't get the job done. This is now going to allow Dave to inherit the lead. Dave with 6 coins. Going to need to get more there on the bankroll. Now up to
Dave
8.
is set for defense right now. He's just got to hope like a shocker blue doesn't come in. Otherwise, like, he's set for a good minute. He's got to stop Kyrie, who's trying to slipstream past him. But good use of dragging Kyrie out. But now you have, I believe that's Jake in the front.
Yeah, Jake does have shrooms. Oh, nice try there by Dave.
It's a good
Trying to
attempt.
get him out. But yeah, John probably aware that Dave did have that green. Good move there. Now, is John going to forgive and forget, or is John
Oh,
going to try
these
and grief?
greens almost connecting to Dave and JP Givener. I swear, this has just been a tight battle for top 3.
So John's going to spare Dave there. Oh, the bomb coming into play. It does hit Dave. That actually makes sense. Did you see that John was going a little wide there? That's
He probably
why he
had
did
the
that
better
on purpose.
vantage point to view it.
Well, he did, and he had the better line. Even though it technically was the slower line, it ended up being the safest.
Oh, what a back to Kyrie. Oh, wait, never mind. I think Kyrie did dodge.
Kyrie was forced into the star because of the back. Dave actually was going to back Kyrie there. Oh, that, you know what?
Almost
That's
got
so
the chop.
unfortunate. But good awareness there by Kyrie, though. Knowing that Dave was in a position to cause some harm and forcing Kyrie to use that star. Kyrie
did get hit by something. I don't know what, but now Kyrie is screened out the double. Had to go single. Knew better than to waste that opportunity. Dave, unfortunately, riding into the wall, but he's going to take this cut. But he hits the tree and loses all forward progress. I was like, did he pass Kyrie at the last
Watch out for that
second?
tree, Dave. No, it's going to be John
Dave,
taking the win
the
there, then
barbarian.
Gabe,
No.
Jake, then Gabe. So that's a 186 there for JP Givener.
Oh my god, opposed to David the Jungle or
pissed.
something like that?
But I'm pissed at
George of the
myself.
Jungle.
George of the Jungle. I knew I was missing the name of. Watch out for that tree. Oh man, so here we go.
The
So what
action
other
is
tracks do
getting
we
a
have?
little
Stop
intense.
Vonnie's words.
What other tracks do we have here? Looks like we have Super Bowl, we have TikTok, Random, and Mount Wario, and then a cursed name I will not say because I hate that track. And someone
Another
is
baby
holding
park
up the room.
pick coming
there we
in
go.
from Dave.
Petulant Child Yard. We can call it that.
F0, not a bad track. I personally would play it. We're going to Mount Wario for what, race 17?
Yeah, we're getting up there. I know that we're seeing a lot of parallel picks between both lobbies, which is very interesting. So Mount Wario here, race 16.
16.
We have 8 more to go following this.
Man, I already know like 12 races alone takes up like 1 hour. Like 24 takes up roughly close to like an hour 45 to 2 hours, depending on what the tracks are for the first 12.
Yeah, 24 will take, with no breaks, like an hour and a half to an hour and 45 minutes.
And here we go. We see early fall offs, but you know it is the beginning. So this is where I saw Kyrie go wide, probably going for the coin route so that they can catch back up later on. Not a
Hey,
bad
Ankles
strategy.
is in here.
Ankles late to the party as always.
What's going on in this lobby? Ankles
We
finally
lost
shows
Nope,
up.
and they finally get Ankles back. He's like, oh, I probably fell asleep this whole time.
Yeah, so Ankles is in, and Ankles is supposed to be in this room. And I think this is Ankles. Oh no, Ankles is probably playing for points at this point because he is third. He's actually the highest scoring player that has yet to automatically qualify in the a qualifier win or finishing top 2 in a qualifier. So Ankles is probably playing the points grind right now.
Possibly, and Dave unfortunately could not fly down fast enough to get the double item box to get another set. But he is avoiding these trees beautifully with that drift. Decides to throw the greens forward. He's got to be careful in hopes that the greens don't bounce in a direction that might potentially hit him. You got Zoe. You got Kyrie right in front of him. It is open season.
This is a good star spot for Dave. Off to lift a little bit to get the double box. Oh man, has to ruin 5th.
He's a menace. He's going to destroy.
Now,
I want to say
real
that's Jake. I'm not
Question
sure.
is something going to happen after the set?
Oh,
Just-
looks like that Waluigi got hit before the blue.
Dave's going to have to back that, and there it is. There's the shock after the set. Who is this going to impact? Dave's going to go back to 7th as the player moves up. But
Looks
I don't
like
think
Kyrie moved up.
I don't think it changes too much.
Kyrie was probably an 8, but because I don't know if Kyrie had the shock or not, but because they were in the start, they moved up to like 5th.
So Ankles is now in the room. We've lost Null. We've lost.
No matter if I
We
say it or
lost
not,
Kane.
always winter.
AMDX. This is online. This is not a IRL tournament. This is a tournament that anybody can enter. The next qualifier will be in July. Qualifier number 5. There are 6 qualifiers to go.
Animal Crossing winter.
Or sorry, there are 6 qualifiers
what?
total.
Like,
What did
Huge
Immortal Man get
grief there
hit by?
from Immortal. Yeah.
Right now, he only got 1 item box as the others were not spawned in time on top of those balloons.
Oh,
Which
we got
I
a
found this-
repick.
Oh,
Wait, was it a random though?
we got a repick?
Was it a random? I think it was a random.
Probably a random. Yeah, I'm hearing from our producer that there's a repick. We are going back to Choco Mountain, but it's probably due to a random.
Yeah, I think it was a random.
We're gonna say it's a random here, folks, because we're
I'll
not
check the
100%
VOD,
sure.
but yeah.
We'll check the
I'm
VOD.
almost sure it was. Crap.
So we're here with
I can't see.
Dave. He can't see for some reason, but he's driving pretty well.
I'm seeing in my small OBS. But
He's seen it from his overlay stream body, but
Oh.
for whatever reason, he's not seeing it on his main
I
monitor.
forgot to switch to it.
Because he forgot to switch to it. That makes sense. Meanwhile, he throws the red. He connects with Zoe on that, and now that's the bot in front of him.
Oh,
He
Dave
got
getting
sniped
absolutely
out.
annihilated. So JP giving her back here. That's going to mean that you're going to be seeing likely Ankles and Gabe
Oh!
and Kyrette in the top 3.
Oh my god.
But this is huge for Dave, though, as he gets shocked into the set.
Absolutely. I mean, he's going to go crazy taxi with these speed items right now, just trying to climb back up the ranks. But he's got to beat out Zoe first, and he doesn't have coins, and then Kyrette soon after.
Dave here going to be getting another box in 6. Kyrette's ahead of him. Zoe's behind him. You got Jake up there. And so Gabe is likely inherited the lead. But it is going to be Slater that is on Gabe's tails right now.
Oh, man.
Good screen there by Kyrette onto Dave.
And Dave, unfortunately, is the recipient of that red shell and
think
falls
it was
down to
Zoe?
7th. Probably from Zoe. And then he has to be careful of toes in that bullet bill.
Denny Air in the chat. Yes, I'm the producer. I'm also the one racing. I am multitasking. Forgive me.
Yeah, Dave can do what he wants. You know, if he wants to be on the stream, he can cut our mics. He can be chatting.
And
Oh,
talk
it's all him.
all terrible
Oh,
smack talk
man.
against us. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
I'm pretty sure Daenerys is
He got
actually
screened out of the single.
being like paid off to throw Dave. I swear. Now the real question is, did Slater just check out, or has Gabe gotten a big enough gap here?
I
As
want
the
to say
battle
it's a
for
big
second.
enough gap.
I don't know if Gabe got past. I wasn't paying attention.
I want to say that's Gabe, but I'm not 100% sure. We'll find out on the results screen. As you can see, Dave is trying to climb back up. He was just the unfortunate end of Mario Kart sensation right there.
Dave's gonna be getting 9th here. Gonna be losing to a few bots here in this one, beating
Not
out
much he can
the
do.
Duke.
And just trying to see the scores right now. And
No, so it was Gabe that checked out because we see John got 2nd. So a great run there by Gabe. Gabe's been really the Achilles heel in this one for John.
And it looks like we're going to Sweet Mountain and lobby number 1 over here.
The Canyon. Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
Canyon
So there,
Mountain.
we don't know
Same
what
as-
race they're on. We got Vantox up on the top. He's just getting going. We have Immortal Man on the bottom, and we're going to be seeing what's going to be playing out here going into this race for them. We got
Mike muted
Melpool
because
also.
I'm molding. Do you see that at the bottom right of the screen?
Where?
Oh, Immortal Man, right there. You can see an Immortal Man underneath
Oh,
the
Mike,
floor.
maybe because I'm malding. Oh my gosh.
That's funny.
Yeah, I remember them like talking in the chat, and Vantox was going a little bit of back and forth with Immortal. And those two, I've definitely never played against each other before. Vantox, again, incredibly skilled World Cup player there for the Netherlands. We have a lot of really skilled players. We have sometimes we have Hickam or Chibi, who's a World Cup player from Mexico. Casper, who's coming off of his MomoCon win. He is out of the tournament today. He is in New York City. They're going to probably be playing pretty soon after this stream ends. So
Man,
keep an eye out for that.
Casper, the friendly ghost, play today. But I guess
Casper will be on stream today, but he'll be on a different stream. He's already locked into this tournament in the semifinals. He got locked in qualifier number 2, so obviously his priority is more of the IRL tournament so far. This is the second IRL tournament that New York has had, so totally get it that some of those players want
Makes perfect sense.
Pick that one over this one. Especially, too, if they've already played their game correctly and they've already locked themselves into the top 24. Man,
Jay being very careful with that.
The trail from ankles right there is insane.
No, absolutely. I mean, I thought he was going to get it, but game set nah, fam. Let me give this man a boost. You had enough opportunity, and you came in late. Why should I help you?
Yeah, Denier, definitely check the schedule for July and August. I mean, there's still plenty of time. If you have 2 really solid results to get into the top 12, or maybe cheese a spot, or hey, if you're confident enough and you think that you can take down some of the world's best players, get into the top 2 and lock yourself in that way. There's so many different ways you can get into the top 24, and we really only have, I would say, maybe 20 to 30 players right now. So
wait, how did Kyrie avoid that piranha plant? Oh, well, at least you got the ink away from you.
Dave's taking the scenic route here,
wall
guys.
hits that prevented him from turning the right way or correctly.
Oh, shot coming into play. That's going to dodge one of the bots.
You know what would be a good beverage in order to cool yourself off, in order to be better at the game? Mexican Coca-Cola in the bottle.
Remember, kids, the Beverly is bad. That's all you got to know. Don't drink
you
the
weren't
Beverly.
There. You weren't
That's
there.
what I've been told. That's what I've been told.
You weren't there.
I was not there. I would never spend money to go to a museum for soda. I don't know. I just don't believe in that. And I like to drink, but like sodas and whatever. But if you're of age, I don't know. It's just kind of gimmicky to me. But that part sounded hilarious, though.
All right, but meanwhile, you got the bullet bill coming off, hitting someone that they just got brought back from
Jake took the win. I would want to say maybe over Gabe, unless JP Givner did resurge, and he did. So Jake, JP Givner, Kyrette, Zoe there. So this is going to be big. I mean, John is in a pretty good spot right now to probably take one of these automatic bids home, because it is the top 2 cumulatively. It doesn't matter if it's 2 from the same room or not, or if it's 1 from each. So Vantox is at 108. So this is actually pretty interesting. This room's a little bit more even.
Well, this room also had the DCs as a reminder.
They do.
Not all scores are representative of what they actually have.
At least in this since the DC, it's a little bit more even. So you got to also wonder too, if anybody from room 1 even has a shot like Jake, Tyrette, or Gabe.
Who knows? But right now, all I know is Mortal Man's still malding, as that is still the text underneath his number.
Ooh, and another random.
He's surviving.
He's got to be careful of that red drag on Yoshi Valley as we go back to Paris Promenade with the random.
Oui, oui.
And a giant bonjour from Zoe.
No. Woo woo. Whatever no means.
No.
Nah.
Any Ubu gamers in the chat?
Quiet. We're not going to bring that in.
That's their clan tag, so I don't know what to tell you.
Anyway, as you can see right now, we got Dave in 6th, followed by Ankles, who came in late once again as a reminder, because I'm not going to let him live it down in 5th, Zoe in 4th, and who knows, I think Kyrette's in 3rd.
Yeah, for Ankles, he just needs to play the points game. He's the first place player overall in points, factoring in all the players that have yet to, have qualified in. So Ankles just needs to drive and just get as many points as he can, even though he missed a few races this time.
So he needs to hold A and just drive. 5 words to live by. I love it.
Now, if you know Ankles, his hashtag is stay woke, which just completely contradicts what's happening here for him. Might have been asleep for the first couple rounds.
I would say he was asleep.
Probably was.
As of right now, you can see Dave trying to climb back up within the range. I'm going to say that's probably Jake in the front over there.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's Jake, John, Kyrette.
And then Zoe's not that far off either. Probably in 5th.
Yeah, and then you also got to factor in where Ankles is, but Ankles is in that cluster as well.
Kyrette's taking the blue shell, but he got hit by something prior to it. Probably ran into an encore banana to protect himself.
And John back here, Ankles back here. Another.
These boomerangs!
Waluigi's back here as well.
Oh, this is a deadly combo to have.
Oh, you see the bill just going the opposite way. That's the bots.
She had a shock. That Daisy had a shock.
That bot Daisy had a shock, so
yep,
we might see it. There it is.
Oh man, that could have been a huge TS opportunity if that was a little bit later. It looks like ankles might have gotten a ground shim or something there, but not a whole lot of recovery. But it's going to come down to a drag race here to this final set as to who is going to win. Dave could be in a good position here to pick up a few spots.
And right now he fires off some red and then throws in the fire flower. Toes gets hit. I don't know about what exactly, but you see Dave just running into the walls, dropping spots because for some reason everyone's
It's
bumping
because
into
it's
him.
because Dave was in an inopportune place when ankles was going to shroom up. So John takes the win down over Kyrette then Jake. Huge upset there as John is now at 240.
So unless John can get like at least 2 really bad spots, while maybe Jake can like get like 2 good spots, like in first preferably, that'll be a really close race to be at. But it looks like JP Givener is still in the lead and is probably going to maintain that for the rest of this lobby.
Yeah. So Daenerys is a good question. Do the rooms eventually merge? And the answer is no. So this is a qualifier, so it's just going to be off the total points. But what ends up happening is as the season goes on, we're going to have 2 more qualifiers and the semifinals. Then the top 12 players will merge into like a winner-take-all finals approach.
Mm-hmm.
So these are the players locked in already. There's still 18 spots left to go. 2 more will be filled after today, which will mean that there's going to be 14 spots to go. So still plenty of time. Actually, excuse me, 16 spots open. So still plenty of time to be able to get in, even if you want to play the final 2 qualifiers. If you're not in a position to win, then do what Ankles is doing and just play for points, because that's also going to be a way the top 12 players that haven't locked themselves in will be able to lock themselves in off of their cumulative point total.
Meanwhile, we're in Mute City with this race.
Format that I came up with myself and agreed.
So right now we're in Mute City. You see Kyra in 5th. I believe you saw Jake and JP Givener in the top 2. Dave getting hit out by a couple unfortunate throws that were not in his favor. And he's trying his best to stay on the track, but too much speed, too much horsepower under the hood.
Yeah, the computer players literally hate Dave. They just hate
That's
him.
what it's been for the past few races.
There's a huge break now between the humans at the front, then Dave and some of the bots. Huge shot coming into play, and then some of the bots that are straggling behind. Good job by Dave there to avoid the ground shell.
And to
as he's
collect all those
approaching
coins
ankles.
to climb back up the range with the higher coin count. Toast is being a deadly menace, taking out a few folks there.
Yeah, he's taking out John, but hey,
Whoa!
karma comes back to Ankles as Jake or Kyrette takes out Ankles there. And now this is going to be a really good position here for Dave, who has now moved into first with Kyrette and with Jake behind. Defenseless though, but with 10 coins, Dave just has to get to this double item box here coming up.
Well, it's going to be after this first set. The first set is all singles. Double is going to be the second
Right.
set.
And he is likely going to get a coin here unless some act of God says otherwise.
By the RNG gods, he gets the banana!
He gets the banana and avoids the red. That is so clutch
He
for Dave.
needed that. That was very clutch.
Oh.
And a shock happens at the boxes, but I don't know if Kyra is before or after the boxes as well. I want to say afterwards. So I think
Yeah, I don't
Dave is
know.
okay, but who knows as we go into this final
Oh.
turn. There's a blue shell. It's going to hit Kyra, but Kyra had triple shrooms.
Oh, so Kyrette's mad chilling. Dave is just getting absolutely
Wait, Kyrette
farmed
got
in the
hit.
back. Kyrette does get hit, but still has enough to win. Dave
What
is
is
still
happening
dying.
to Dave?
Dave, watch out for the bill. Oh my
Dave
god,
the
yeah.
Barbarian is just getting destroyed right now.
Honestly, I'm like looking at the Twitch thing because there was so much going on that it's like slowing down for me here on the stream.
It is.
Kyrette takes the win, then Jake, then Zoe.
I don't know what to tell you. Like, that was. You were.
Oh my gosh.
How do you explain this?
I don't know. All these races are coming together. I'm not a morning person. I don't know what I'm watching, to be honest. Like this is literally crazy.
No, I get it, because it's not gamer hours yet. Trust me, I get it.
No, Demon Hours is 11-3. So
Yeah,
shout out.
That's the true
Get ready.
gamer hours.
Yeah, get ready for the Demon Hours tonight. Gonna be playing some games.
Everlasting Apex.
By the way, I did win a 65-cent game from Everlasting Apex.
65 cents.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll take the money, whatever.
It's a good stream reward. It's you win a random Steam key. And so the guy picked this $5 game, and it literally he got it on sale with 65 cents.
Wow.
And it's like some game about people going through the Arabian desert. So I don't know if I want to play it.
Is it like an Oregon Trail?
Prince
sort
of
of thing,
Persia?
or-
Santa
No,
Time?
it's called Caravan, but it's kind of like Oregon Trail, I think. I don't know.
All right, we'll figure that out another time. Probably after stream. Who knows? Meanwhile,
But-
we're on Dolphin Shoals.
Dave wants to punish somebody for
And he
being very
did!
bad.
I think that was Zoe you just punished.
I wanna
Who
punish-
Zoe
Dave's going
has
after
not been
Canada,
attacking
man.
Dave lately, so just punishing Zoe is just undeserving.
Yeah. Dave just really has it against Canada at this point. As the Sports Coupe Daisy is somehow in third. I don't know how or why. Got to keep in mind that Jake's up in front, Kyrette, then Dave. And everybody in this lobby essentially has a four-letter name. So it's weird to say what's going on.
Oh man, here we are with the dragged red over here. Just follow Luigi with just Dave trying to avoid the blue shell. Good use of the back camera to avoid it, make sure they
Jake
weren't
dodges it.
line. But Kyrette's in the front now.
Yeah, Jake dodged it, but Kyrette did move up. I think maybe Jake did use a banana or something.
Yeah, probably. Green is storm forward. Thankfully, it's not going to be any worrisome unless it somehow passes all the way through this eel. Then that would be scary. But you see, Givner just in the front, or at least in the top six, trying to climb up those ranks. But the Kyrette and Jake in the front, not going to be with ease. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, John right now, JP Givner, he is in a very comfortable spot. He's in fifth right now, but first overall. And right now, he's just trying to pad that point total. He's probably in a position right now where he's going to get a secured bid. Shot comes into play. It is going to dodge two of the bots in the back. But I feel like every player is going to be coming up on an item set here, so that really didn't affect the top part of the back.
Well, it might, because I'm seeing Kyrette slowing down as someone else is just moving over, because Kyrette's getting hit out.
Kyrette definitely got items, but I think Kyrette, you got to factor in, probably only got a coin in something. So if
Yeah.
that player in second got double reds, then Kyrette is still dead.
Yeah, so Kyrette's back in like 6th or 7th right now. Meanwhile, I want to say that's either Jake or Zoe got first. I'm not quite sure just yet.
Dave
It's
did
almost
take
backwards.
out a bot, so oh no, but Kyrette didn't pass Baby Daisy. Zoe takes the win there, and we're seeing this little bit of a break now between JP Givner, Jake and Kyrette, and then Zoe and everybody else. With Kane dropping, Nulp dropping, but Ankles coming in late. It's going to be a really interesting table.
Oh, absolutely. And the most hated track in the game is still being picked from our producer's point of view. I'll advise him not to because no one likes it.
Oh yeah, the other thing to note too, and we already informed Dave, but just for the viewing public here, is that Kyrette did play under an alternative name named Komida before. So Kyrette has also played in Qualifier 1. So this is actually going to help Kyrette in terms of, oh boy,
My
in terms of
He's
getting into the
about-
top 12 in
His
points.
revenge, and he's about to get
has
10th place.
come.
Watch this trick. Watch this trick. He's excited, folks. I don't know if you're hearing him, but he's super excited. But watch this trick. He's about to get 10th because he just made this decision a lot worse.
Yeah, that's probably what's gonna happen.
3 races
And he
to go.
agrees.
We got Baby Bart,
The universe just hates
varying
this point.
strategies.
Possibly. Well, it's all about tight turns and cutting the grass if you possibly can. That's the best of advice I can give you. As well as collect coins, but that's a given.
So we got Zoe up there. We have a computer player up in first. A lot of players opting the bag here.
We're about to all see a bot win. Let's go.
Yeah, so Dave here in second.
Where is first?
Where is first? Oh, that's going to be Gabe. Gabe is actually going on a heavy run right now. Or no, it's John. John's on the heavy run.
John, just letting you all know, like, who is the true dominant force of this track. Yes, you can pick a track everyone hates, but I'm still going to win it.
John's literally a half a lap ahead of second, but the blue shell's already coming in.
Which will slow him down, but it's not. Whoa!
And he
he's
dodges it.
What?
Oh, this is John's race to lose. Oh, and Dave's getting pressured, and that is going to do it, really, because Dave tried to go red second, but literally got punished for doing his
Will
job
he
in
get
second
Mario Kart
place.
in this last turn? Probably not. He does get passed by Zoe. At least
Zoe
he
was
gets
in the
third
star.
for troubles.
Zoe was in the star, but hey, good third there by Dave. And unfortunately, Dave did all the right things to try to get JP Givner back in.
Oh, it looks like Kyrat DC'd at Dolphin Shoals. That's what happened.
Kyrat DC there, and John 272. That's a virtual lock. I feel like for making it out. I mean, you look at like Geronimo with 271, Fate with 267, Hickam with 269, Casper with 252.
Oh!
The career high is Sneaks with 311 points.
Mario Party King just adding to Memorial Man's frustration as he continues to maul because he's muted. He runs into the frog in DKJ, Donkey Kong Jungle.
I heard that if you kiss frogs, they turn into a prince.
I tried it.
Why not a princess? Why does it have to be a prince?
I was desperate.
It could be whatever you
Dave
want
is
to be.
desperate, so he gave it a shot. Did it work?
This is an interesting finish here. Okay. So Sal is in a star. Didn't have anything following up. Oh, that's huge for Sal too because those red shells just got ghosted at the end. Tokyo Blur here for the penultimate race in room number 2.
Tokyo Blur, a track that I enjoy, but a lot of other people don't apparently. At least from what I've been hearing with the SNS crowd. What do you mean by dry? Meh, you call it mid? I don't know, we'll get that answer later on. Folks.
David is not the fan of the Asian culture.
But man, we go to Paris and then Tokyo, like the Lupe fiasco.
You gotta soak it all in. You gotta immerse yourself in the map, Dave. Oh man, Kyrat with a huge snipe. Still some more smart bouncing going on. Kyrat actually had to throw that green ahead to avoid the other green from hitting anybody, including herself. So Dave here in 4th. It's going to be John in 1st. We got a Villager Girl in 2nd, who has definitely been somebody that's switched characters. And then a break going beyond that.
I want to say that's, I want to say that was ankles, but I don't know, because I didn't see a name pop up, so it could be a bot. That's that Daisy in the front. Oh no, never mind. It's gotta be a bot, because there's ankles. Slash toes.
That's really strange. We don't know who that villager is.
I'll tell you what that villager is going to do. It's going to win. That's what they're going to do. They're going to win. With
John's
that blue
taking the blue. Villager goes into 1st. John,
I was going to
Dave
say, maybe that's Zoe,
got
but Zoe's
screened.
here.
No, Zoe is here. Ankles is here. Is that Gabe? Could be Gabe.
Gabe Newell? Maybe. Oh, toes is just going to be...
Oh man,
Okay,
Kyrat,
never
that's
mind.
Kyrat. And there's Jake, so that has to be Gabe. It has to be John, Gabe, Baby Daisy? Is that ankles?
Oh my
Villager
god.
was
Those are
bot!
the
Are you kidding me?
What?
You really let 2 bots beat the rest of that lobby.
Oh my
Except for
god.
And
You're kidding me.
those are player CPUs. So they
Player-
got points out of that. What the hell?
But who was what though? That's the question.
That was something. By the way, John's at 61 viewers right now, and everyone's probably like, what the hell? Oh, they're saying, bro, you should have let the bot win. That would have been jokes.
Oh my god. I would
That
have
would have been choice.
gone home. Oh wait, I am home.
You would have gone home, but you are home 1 and 2. You're streaming this event.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Is this the last
Yeah, I
race?
don't even think John's chat's aware of how the tournament works, but he's probably trying to explain it. Because they're like, oh man, you facing Vantox will be fun. Well, not today. Maybe next qualifier they'll face off.
Well, it looks like this is the final race in this lobby, so we'll see how everything progresses here as we go in the Royal Raceway to cap it all off.
This is going to be a fun track to end it on. Lots of opportunities here to run, to bag, to make things happen. Kyrat going out to the early lead there with Zoe. Yeah,
But I'm assuming-
Villager bot was still up there. This is strange.
I'm assuming JP Giviter is pretty much the winner of this based on overall points because he was in a really good position so going into this.
He's definitely, I mean, it's not official, so don't hold your bets and everything, but he's got to be a sure lock to making one of the 2 bids from
Yeah, there's a
qualifier
blue
4.
shell coming in. It's going after Kyrat, but he's trying to do the slow on past you. As Zoe's going to be the unfortunate recipient. Unless, never mind. I was going to say, unless.
Oh,
Dave
she
takes
had the
over.
horn. She backed the red onto Dave, had the horn. That was crazy. A crazy sequence. So Zoe's still in the lead right now with Kyrat in tow.
Oh, Kyra is got to do something here. It's got to be a play. Jake's just being an absolute fiend against green shells because for some reason there's a vendetta of green shells against them. JP, give it her. How's he not getting ready?
I don't know. I'm being a good Samaritan, and I am informing his chat of how it works.
Well, stop it. Get some help.
Well, he just
As a
missed the
shot
tee
comes in on glider by Odin's Beard. Meanwhile, you can see, I want to say that's Zoe still in the front with Kyra in second. Jake's over here in fourth place. So I don't know who that other Waluigi is in the front there. Probably JP Giver. No, he's Wario. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
so that is going to be likely. I don't know if we
No,
just saw Jake.
Zoe's the Waluigi in third / second now.
Yeah,
he's
so that's
fourth
got to be Jake.
from State Farm. Got it.
Oh, Dave missing the box there. That's going to be kind of crucial here. He's got to be very careful of Kyret's reds.
You gotta be careful, JP. Giving us green in the back.
Also, where did Gabe go?
Oh no, Gabe Newell went somewhere. Probably to go back to Steam.
Yeah, Dave's
Gabe
got to
fires
pop
off
this
the
bill
bullet
and
bill.
pray.
Oh.
Not going to get anything from it.
No, he got fifth place. He was able to maintain his spot at least. That was toes.
Yeah, we lost Gabe as well. So Gabe dropping out there. But hey, John, 299. It doesn't beat Sneaks' 311, but a 299 is very respectable there, as it looks like Gabe might have just either RQ'd or likely just could have DC'd there on the final race, because Gabe did play the majority of that entire tournament through. So a really interesting job there. Toes is going to end up with 86 points coming in late. Then we got Kane and his DC, Nulp, and Gabe. So the three of them.
Kyra also had the DC as well.
Yeah, Kyra did have a DC late. So this is going to be Immortal Man again right now. We're going to see how this is going to be playing out.
As long as he's molding, we'll know it's Immortal Man. He's got to be careful. MBK not
he
dragging
hits
him
the
out.
banana. Shot comes into play. He gets the other
He runs
banana. But hey, this is still going to be a net positive for him.
At least
As
he gets
he
potassium
runs over
in his
Mario
system.
Party
He gets
King,
some
his former
vitamin-
leader.
What's banana? Vitamin D?
I
don't know. He gets vitamins.
I think it's D or B, but it's potassium. But the thing with Immortal Man though is he has 0 coins. He needs to build this up because there are going to be players that will be gunning for him, and he's aware of that. So he's driving a little bit out of the way to get some.
Yeah, but who knows? He opts to go for the single. He's not going to chain it. He just wants to protect himself, which I don't blame him because you don't know or necessarily have an awareness of what second might have.
Yeah, Will and Puke are just trying to figure out a way to get around him. Why did Immortal do that?
I think he just wanted to make sure, like, if there was going to be a ghost, it didn't take away the red. It would have taken away the color. I don't know, but Immortal Man
and he loses it to Will. Will did have the shroom, so Will's going to take it.
Will had the will to
then
win.
Immortal, then Puke. Vantox. Oh, actually, Vantox getting third. So Vantox only up by a little bit. But you got to wonder, where did second place end up in room 2 versus where Vantox and this room 1 is. So John rated Vantox. So everyone's watching Vantox's POV right now. So John's communicating that he got the 299. Vantox probably is aware of what his score is. So we'll see what's going on there.
Something like that, as best as we can. We're just gonna have to find out and see where the next set of races lead us to. As you can see, there's 3, 6, 8 racers in here. I wonder, where is Unimunchie at in terms of the scoreboard? That's why I'm curious.
Well, is she's in this? Oh yeah, she is in this lobby. I mean,
Yes.
it really depends. She kind of wrote off the first qualifier. She only got to 19 points in the first one, but got into the triple digits in the last 2. She's at 23 right now. So yeah, what's interesting with her is, I mean, she's got
She probably has
1,
some DC
2,
moments.
3. She's got 4 players ahead of her that are already locked in. So Unimunchie just really has to grind the next several weeks and has to put up some triple digits in points. Because my fear for her is that you're going to have players coming and resurging in the final few weeks that are going to be putting up like 180 to 200 plus. And that could be a big issue for her.
Oh, absolutely. We are on Retro Mario Circuit, the Game Boy Advance version, as Immortal Man is going to be molding after getting dragged out there. Yeah, I'm not going to let him live it down. And Mario Party King and Uni Munchie are in front. So we'll see what happens. Mortal Man getting screened out the doubles.
Mortal Man getting screened out. Good avoidance there of the bomb. Going to be taking the cut. Getting hit, though, by the tires. So that's going to slow down his momentum. Melpool is up there. You got Vantox as well as Will, who's likely up there in the lead. Or that could be Puke. It's definitely going to be one of the two. That is going to be Will up there in the lead. Vantox is in second. And another player there in third, battling with them.
Man, look at that DK just being far out. He knows exactly what they're doing. Like, the top three is already, like, a distance away from the rest of that pack after going to this final lap. And the Mortal Man just can't avoid the tires. Dude,
Yeah, he just keeps diving into them.
I know
Shot
you like
coming
Mario
to play.
Kart and you want to drive eventually, but those are not the tires for your car, my dude.
That's going to put a Mortal Man in a tough spot with Melpool, Mario Party King, and one of the other players there, Puke, getting some advantages there from the shock. Even if they didn't dodge, they grew a lot faster.
I think he tried to drag out Mario Party King right there, but to no avail as he said the invincibility frames. But he does hit him again as he gets past.
Does hit him again. Vantox does win the race. Can confirm that. Then it's Will. Melpool finishes ahead of Immortal. So Puke is actually going to be getting second place there. Then Stevens. Then Melpool. Then Immortal. Wow, Will just got absolutely destroyed to the back there.
Well, it looks like Vantox is the point leader in this lobby. Who knows? I don't know if they restarted the entire room entirely or they only restarted X amount of races due to the earlier DCs.
Stevens definitely has a handle on it. So we'll see what's going on. I would be kind of interested to see what the total is going to be from room number one with 4 of those drops. Or 4 DCs, essentially.
We have room 2. So I'll put that up for the moment.
Oh, room 2 scores are up there. So they're going to have the 299 there for John, the 277 there for Kyrette, also known as Kamida. And then you got 244 for Jake, 215 for Zoe, the 163 for Dave, 86 for Toes. Nulp is probably somewhere on the. Oh wait, Nulp's not on there.
Yeah, that's coming up. It'll refresh.
Nope will be coming up soon on there.
Okay, and then Gabe, I think will also be on there too.
Gabe will also be coming up.
Yeah, we'll just have to give it time as those scores get updated eventually throughout the tournament as we go along. We'll have to continue on back with Toast 1, but man, that was lobby number 1, folks. You see all those scores up there in qualifier number 4. Or qualifier 5 will be here soon within July, folks.
Oh, one other thing too, Dave, is I think Jake also played in qualifier number 1 as well. And he's on a separate line.
Oh, do I have him there twice?
Yeah, there's like a Jake MC that's the same player.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we are on Wario Stadium. You see this Wario here in third. Not even winning in this home field advantage. Come on.
Yeah, so Kyrette with the 277. John's making a good point in Vantox's chat here. Vantox has to be aware of this because it's not the top player in each room. Vantox has to get a 278 or higher to be locked in, or Kyrette takes the spot. Now, I'm pretty sure Vantox, given how skilled of a player he is, can lock himself in. But, you know, is Vantox going to continue the grind for points, for wins later on in July? We'll see. Whereas Vantox going to upset Kyrette, because now Kyrette, with the second tournament under their belt, is going to definitely be very high up in the point standings.
Oh, absolutely. Right now, you see Marlon Man is trying to snipe out his opponent with those greens, but it just did not work as they had the Piranha plan for defense. There is a blue shell coming in. It's going to be hitting whoever that Waluigi is in first. As another Waluigi behind got bombed, probably by first place.
Avoiding the green there, and so now Immortal has moved up into 6th. It's going to be a break there for Vantox here on lap number 3, as there are players trying to chase him down. Will is going to go to die, as now Melpool advances into 3rd.
Will is going to go to die. That's a sentence I love to hear.
I'll have to look back in the VOD to get Nope's score because he tipped
Oh,
it early.
man. Yeah,
Nope was a rip, but Steven's going to be getting 2nd there to Vantox and Immortal 3rd. That is a big result there for Immortal.
Man, I swear, earlier we were seeing Stevens being dominant, but now it's Vantox being the dominant force within this lobby.
Yeah, Vantox definitely is a little bit above Stevens in my opinion.
Okay.
Stevens is really lucky though that he was able to lock himself in last week. So the pressure is really off of Stevens here. Stevens is more playing for the experience and just to kind of prove that he is, even though it doesn't mean anything right now, still the top regular season points earner because Snow Sneaks this week with Sneaks in Las Vegas.
No, I think I was talking to 805 yesterday. I think Sneaks is in Florida, but with his mom, but it's Flicks in Las Vegas with 805.
Oh, they did switch around there a little bit. Yeah. So Sneaks is out of contention points wise now, but Sneaks is also locked in overall. So
Yeah.
it's really interesting how you break this tournament down just because of all the different storylines to it.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. Right now we are on back to Tokyo Blur with this lobby. I don't think it's a repick, but like we've seen Tokyo Blur a few times already today. Here we are. We got Vantox in the front. Merleman has to be very careful, not using the back camera to defend himself, but he does back someone else with the drag. But has to be careful with Will.
Huge snipe there on the Vantox. Will taking over the lead. The other Netherlands player here in room number 2. And so Immortal's going to try to size him up. But meanwhile, behind Immortal, he's got to deal with some other Waluigi players there and Sal.
Yeah.
So Will definitely has defense, even though he's only revealing the coin.
Oof.
As it looks like
Immortal has
Immortal
to be very
loses the
careful.
red.
Good use of the horn to make his opponent back off.
It worked out well that he was able to use those items too with the shock coming out too. So
True.
we're going to be going here into lap number 3, Immortal. Oh, we had to kind of realign to get to the double, and he doesn't get it. And Unimunchi taking him out. No, just adding insult to injury.
Don't tell me, Immortal almost ran to his own bomb.
Yeah, he was trying to just aim Melpool out of spite, and it just did not work out for him.
That's why he's molding right there.
I think there is the potential that we could see a late shock here in between this set and the next set on Immortal Man's POV.
Man, I thought Immortal Man was going to get screened out. He looked like he was trying to go whatever double he could. But thankfully, he got the right double. He fires off 2 reds, throws the third one. It's going in 5th, but he's getting hit with the red.
Getting hit again. There is the potential for something late here, but I don't think it's going to really affect anybody.
Absolutely. As you see right here, Melpool in 8th, Unimunchi in 7th, Immortal Man in 9th, Vantox in 1st, Puke in 2nd, MPK in 3rd, Will in 4th, Stevens in 5th.
Huge win there for Vantox. This is looking pretty good for him to be taking that second bid in this tournament. We don't know how many more races there are to go, but we will see.
We'll have to find out from Stevens later on. As you can see right here, here's some of the scoreboards, but man.
Oh, that's it. That was the last one.
Oh, that was it. Oh, okay.
Vantox, the DC'd from the room. So I'm guessing that was the last one.
All right, so we'll get those scores eventually set up. But man, like I didn't think that was the last race. But 2, what a finish for Vantox, like being true dominance within that second lobby, or technically the first lobby.
Vantox needs about 50 to 60 points from prior to that DC to essentially lock in the top second spot over Kyrat.
Who knows if they do have those 50 points or not, just depending on where everyone ended up in.
I think so. Yeah, Vantox said he got 294 unofficially. So that would mean that if that is deemed official, that he would be the other player to go in with JP Givener into the semifinals.
No, absolutely. I mean, JP Givener played phenomenal within his lobby. I mean, good job on him as well as everyone else there. It was a close, tight battle, especially as we were getting nearing the end. Like, the points were really close by, but at the end of the day, like, there's only one true dominant player per lobby, and it shows based on the racing lines. It shows based on the item management. It shows on the level of play that they were able to give off on each tracks, as well as the track knowledge.
Yeah, the 2 of them are incredibly skilled players. Both of them are World Cup players. John being on Team Canada. We did get a follow in there from Casey Zalt. I don't know if I'm allowed to say the name, but it's really funny.
Yes, please.
But anyways, what's up?
Please do. Yes.
Booty Annihilator. Thank you for the follow.
With a name like that, how can we say no?
How can you not, right? But yeah,
I mean,
Vantox
we
had,
did work
had a
with
great
someone
run.
who had a interesting Discord name before, in case you forgot.
That's true.
I mean, there's lots of people that have weird names and weird emails, but
Okay, Eunice's Discord name. Do you remember
oh,
that?
bring your booty. Like that's what, like pirates booty, dude. If you just bring the gold, like I don't know, you don't have to sexualize or euphemize everything, you know.
You're the one who
Bro.
started that off.
I can't control if Casey follows the Twitch stream, okay? I can't control that there's a guy named Booty Annihilator following, unless it was me that did it. But no, I'm my hands are right here.
His hands are clean right now.
My hands
bro.
are
That's
my
what
hands
he's
are
saying.
clean.
Oh, really?
I think it's pretty clear. We got to make it official, obviously. Who's moved on? But what's really going to be interesting, though, so much puke. Thank you for the follow. We're talking
So
about
much
weird
puke.
names.
That's a name.
That's literally Puke's name. It's going to be this points battle. So if players are still going to be coming in week after week and they're fighting for this top 12, I mean, right now, if you're looking at it, and again, we're still waiting for the room 1 scores to come in, but even just looking at it the way it is here right now, you got Ankles, that's 1. Dave is 2. Kioya, who was OHC, is 3, not playing today because he's in New York. Kyret is 4. Kane would be 5. Or actually, Satsuki would be 5. Kane would be 6. And then Jake would be 7. Mario Party King would be 8, and Mario Party King did play today. 9 would be Unimunchi. So it's really important for Unimunchi to continue to be getting triple-digit scores. Geronimo's locked in. So Joel is 10. It'd be interesting to see if Joel from Mexico will be coming back to compete again. And then we got Alice in 11 and Ginja in 12. So it really is, putting that bubble there on Ginja unofficially right now. And again, that can all change if the player locks in to really be getting into this 300-point range or so to really lock in a spot. And again, if players are going to keep coming in week over week, then you got to continue to even outperform them. So the work is on, especially if you want to hop into this tournament. You can easily get to 238 right now in 2 qualifiers if you try, but you got to be working much harder than that and try to get to 300 to 400 points over the next 2 weeks to really ensure that you have a spot in the top 12 that aren't going to be locked in.
Absolutely, and part of that is evolving time trials. Part of that is going against talent that are usually at times tougher than you, whether that be in worldwide or regionals or just playing against some of the players you saw here today. Like, you're not going to be able to improve your gameplay without going against opponents who are tougher than you and without knowing the racing lines needed to get to the finish line the fastest, and especially the no item shortcuts.
Yeah, the NISTs, all of those factors are going to be pretty important. Really curious to see what the round 1 scores are looking like. And yeah, I mean, overall, it was a really great qualifier, a lot of new names. And we're just going to have to see what's going to happen for qualifier number 5. I feel like with Vantox and with Sean and some other players streaming this, that there's a lot more eyes on the tournament now. So we'll have to see if there are going to be any new entrants that will try to make a splash coming in for 5 and 6.
Absolutely. The next one, it says in July. I don't remember the exact date. I'm hoping
It
that
is.
Dave
Hold on,
can give me that.
I'll get it for you.
Yeah, because I know another one's in July, and then we got the final qualifier in August. I want to say that one's mid-August as well.
July 9th.
July 9th.
July 9th. Okay. July 9th, same time.
Mm-hmm.
Same channel.
Same channel. All right, but yeah, so if you ever want to compete, July 9th, 4 p.m. Eastern time, 1 p.m. Western time or Pacific. I don't know why I call it Western, but
The Wild West.
the Wild Wild West, Jim West, Desperado. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, you just go to PlayEX Esports and you can go ahead and sign up for this tournament so you could try to win a trip to Las Vegas.
Yep, playx.gg. That's where you're going to go. And honestly, too, you will not only be able to qualify to earn money for being in the top 3, but you will be able to fight in the semifinals for a chance to win for a flight to Las Vegas. And what you do there is your prerogative, whether you want the Vegas experience, maybe you want to get married by Elvis. That's a pretty hot topic right now with the licensing.
I forgot.
Or maybe you want to play some Mario Kart. Maybe you want to, I don't know, go to Top Golf and play a few rounds there. Yeah, I mean, it's up to you, but it's pretty much implied that you're realistically going to be entering the Mario Kart tournament there, which is run at the arena. And that's going to be huge because Funny Name needs challengers and nobody can take him down. And honestly, we just need some blood out there to give him a run for his money. And he's been getting that.
He's been getting like, if you think about it, if he wins like, if there's 4 weeks, in theory, if he wins like every single week, he's getting like $800.
Yeah, $800 a month. Zoe was saying, I want to live in the sewers and live off of SNS winnings. I mean, in theory, you could. I just don't know what the sewers are like in Vegas. I mean, I see a lot of homeless people living by like the train tracks where I live, and it's kind of sad.
Well, anyway, again, just as a reminder for folks, PlayEX Esports is also going to have other events as well. Again, there's going to be one that's coming up Tuesday for a game night of Mario Strikers Battle League at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, as well as on next Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time is the Battle League Tournament free entry. So if that might be of interest to you, go ahead and check them out and sign up.
Yeah, so definitely take advantage of that because those are going to be some really exciting tournaments. I don't know why I had a headache halfway through. This really threw me off my game today.
It's because you're not playing and you know what to do. Oh, God.
It's like some of the bots in this were incredibly weird. The way that they
were hard bots. They weren't normal bots, okay?
I think they've become sentient, honestly.
They become sentient, dude.
I feel like that's not a real stretch at this point.
Just Nintendo needs to fix that AI.
The more you steal Nintendo's copyright, the harder they get.
Okay, yeah. I could see that.
That's a fair point. Fair argument.
I could see them like modeling like the AI now, like off of like people posting their like record TT videos and just screwing around with people. I could see that in a universe.
Yeah, it probably is true. Like, let's not beat around the bush here.
That villager girl on Tokyo Blur was next level. And the other one too. The other bot that was with it.
That was just insane.
I was like, that had to be Gabe or somebody memeing around. Like, nope, that was a computer player.
No, absolutely. I mean, it's like what else could you say? That was probably Gabe switching at the last moment, but then became a computer player. I don't know. Like, who knows? Like, unless Gabe can confirm for us, that there's just so much we can tell and do at once.
Yeah, so we'll see. We're waiting on getting in the final scores here for the first room. Yeah, but hope you have a good afternoon, Cruiser. Appreciate you tuning in. That's kind of what we're waiting for. Anyone have any cool things they want to talk about? Anyone got anything fun going on today? Anybody going to be watching New York a little bit later?
Oh, yeah.
I got a PlayEX update. So next Thursday, this coming Thursday, I've mentioned this in the Discord a couple times. So we have been invited into a college in Buffalo, New York. That is looking to start a brand new esports program and build out like an arena type facility. So they are bringing us in to do that. So
that'll be exciting to see.
First meeting is on Thursday, and yeah, Zoe Cat Live. I live really close to Toronto, so maybe.
Yeah, we need stuff in Canada.
If you guys have like a venue and a group, bring me in. I'll do it. I like going to Toronto.
Yeah, we got a lot of really cool stuff in USMK as well, with tournament in Washington, D.C. at the end of July. And there's going to be another tournament online next week with community gaming. So they're going to have a really cool Mario Kart tournament as well. But that's what's really interesting about the MK League this season is this is kind of like an unofficial, like off the books, but in a cool way, like satellite tournament into SNS in a sense. But this is also not to take away from the fact that like there's been 4 seasons of MK League that have led up to this point, and this is MK League season 5. So it's kind of a new spin on the existing tournament structure. And we're seeing a lot of really high skilled players come in and a lot of FFA enthusiasts as well. Man, I don't like want to keep popping Avil. I got like an industrial supply right here. But like
I would be careful. Dude,
I'm not.
Other medications are available.
Holly, what?
Be careful.
Other non-branded medications are available.
Oh, that's true. If you like generic, take generic. Do what you got to do.
Well, if we're gonna be speaking about what's coming up for all of us, I got that Switch Esports tournament coming out soon for
Ooh.
Nintendo Switch Sports.
Oh,
Why
the
not?
chroma key's messing with the colors there, but
Too bad. Chroma Key can mess with any colors of Switch Sports. So I'm gonna be doing that. I'll be meeting 805, Sneeze's dad, over there on Sunday. But before that, I'll be playing some Top Golf, so I'll be having some fun times there.
Oh, was the room on scores submitted?
not yet. I'm waiting for it.
Oh,
Wait a
okay,
minute,
okay.
From Stevens. Got it. He's probably got to calculate all the.
Yeah, it's
DC
gotta do a lot of
points
Yeah,
that.
and
they had
everything,
DC issues, so.
I just-
Hey,
I
we
just
didn't
saw
have DC
some-
issues. Yay.
Well, we didn't have room issues, but I think we had like a DC or two.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody was just
Yeah,
kind of.
Well, one or two people is fine.
Yeah.
Room crashes is just hell. So.
Yeah. You can't out of our control. Anything else coming up for Unite?
No, I'm just trying to figure out what the heck I'm doing scheduling wise. So it's kind of weird. So I mean, obviously, like I'm working right now, and I'm out of the insurance industry. I think forever. I just hate it that much. But there's going to be a tournament that's in the works for Boston in August. So I might go home visit my family because the venue's literally 10 minutes from my house. And I'm just debating on if I'm needed for DC for the 2v2. So then that would be, I fly to DC end of July, and then I would negotiate flying instead of back to Vegas to Boston,
Take
and then
Amtrak.
fly to Boston.
Yacela from DC up to Boston. It's really nice.
Do what?
Take it, Amtrak. There's a.
I've done that, and I'm not doing it again.
Okay.
I'll tell you why.
I had a good time doing it, but okay.
Let him
It
tell
was
you
fun.
why.
The Acela, yes. So I did actually take the Acela from, and not that's not to say that I'm not going to take the Acela because I probably will. So my thinking is it DC if I'm needed, or I'll just go straight to Boston, do the tournament in Boston, maybe hang out for about 10 days. If there's going to be a New York tournament, then I will take the Acela to New Rochelle in New York. But this is the deal. I did take the Amtrak train from Boston to Williamsburg, Virginia, to go to like Busch Gardens and some other thing my parents wanted to do that was a big waste of time. This like resort that like shut down at 8 p.m. and I'm like a night owl. And I like was freaking out like that I couldn't do anything after 8 p.m. Like it was strange. I don't even know how like this place was so cool because like 8 p.m. was like right after dinner when you're like ready to go out. And I was like 15, you couldn't go anywhere. But long story short though, I got stuck in Penn Station for like a day.
Ooh.
Because this is what happened. So this isn't a factor anymore, but fun fact for any of you tri-state people out there used to be a rule on the Acela. This is to go back to your question. I'm sorry, this is a long tangent. Where there was a law where they had to switch out the engine of the Acela train as they got into Connecticut, New Haven. So there was naturally a delay. Now what happened is some guy was like, unfortunately, just wanted to off himself. So he did it in a way that involved a semi-truck jumping off of a bridge and landing onto the train tracks. So we're stuck in Penn Station for a day, probably, well, not a full day, I would say about 14, 15 hours. So essentially we lost a day. And they had to clean up the semi-truck, redo the tracks, all that stuff. Plus you have to stop in New Haven anyway because of that law at the time. I think that since has been removed, where it's just the same engine. But you're aware of that, Dave, right? Like this train would stop in Connecticut.
No. Well, how long ago was that? Because last time I did it, I went from Boston to New York.
That's probably like 10 years ago.
Okay,
At
yeah,
least
it
10,
was
10 to 12 years ago.
Yeah, I did it
That-
in 2020, right after PAX East.
Yeah. So if it was anything fairly recent, then that's not a thing. But that was a thing. But yeah, this guy tragically drove a semi truck off of an overpass onto the train tracks, and we got stuck there. So really made it kind of annoying. But it's a cool train ride. Another cool train ride that my friend just did is she went all the way up to Costa California on the Amtrak.
Oh yeah,
Gotcha.
I've heard that's amazing.
Yeah. That's another fun one too. Penn Station is a hot mess, Unamunchi. It really is. I like Penn Station though, but it's a hot mess.
Yeah. Well, you want to talk about our time at MomoCon as well while we wait?
Yeah, I mean, if it's gonna take them longer, I'm not gonna make you guys sit around. So
We can talk about Bumilcon a quick second.
Because I remember, because I came in separately versus when you and Pidgey came in due to.
Yeah, I mean, there's a whole like production element to the tournament. By the way, it was weird. The producer like followed me and then like unfollowed me. I was like, what? Damn, what did I do? Was I DMing Elon Musk or something? I don't know.
Probably.
But anyway, I don't really care. But the how would you want to start off describing it? One, if you're talking about it from an event perspective, it was a very big venue.
Oh yeah, it was big. For what I heard, it was bigger than the last time they had a tournament.
Yeah. Also, too, Daenerys. Yeah, funny name. Who is one of the top players in Vegas? He was at VanimeCon. He won their Mario Kart tournament in San Jose. But yeah, it was a massive hall. There were a lot of really cool people there. The Mario Kart tournaments both went incredibly well. Casper had a really dominant run. So I don't know what more you could ask for, to be honest. It was a great learning experience for us. We got to learn like the back end, the production, learn how.
Well, it
we're being
definitely
integrated.
allowed for newer folks, especially in Atlanta, who weren't familiar with the Mario Kart land scene, to actually see like, hey, there are tournaments and you can have Mario Kart in it, and like there is a way to do it locally.
Yeah, and I love the Southeast. Like I lived in the Southeast for 5 years, and there's really like a casual draw to the Southeast. So that's also the best neutral location. I feel like you have a lot of players. Like I know even PlayEX is based out of New York. You have a lot of players in New York, Boston, and then players on the West Coast and even Ohio in the Midwest. But Atlanta is such a big hub for Delta and for other airlines that it's actually incredibly easy to travel to. It's one of the busiest airports in the world. So flights will actually be very less expensive because you can get direct flights from virtually anywhere. And even too, I mean, the train ride to the venue was a breeze and cost like $5.
Yeah, $3 to $5. I spent more on that because I thought
Yeah, you got the full pass.
Hey,
Yeah,
but
so I mean,
I ain't gonna complain with it.
I just wish that we could have sat down at that cookout, man. But that cookout's amazing. Like I was like, we were going to Cookout. By the way, this really cool degenerate late night food eating spot. That like honestly, the value of what you get for what you pay for is pretty good. Like it's absurd portions.
Oh yeah,
And
dude, big portion sizes.
Yeah, you can ball out on a budget at Cookout. It's great.
Yeah, a little bit out of the way from where we were at, but it's still a good time. I mean, overall, the convention was fun. I mean, the tournament was phenomenal, and we were right next to like Smash Brothers, and we had a couple of those Smash Brothers players come play as well, and they did really phenomenal. I thought
Yeah,
that
it was
also
exciting.
like a really great thing to see.
Yeah, and shouts to Danny too for like telling like the Smash production group, no, you were waiting to get the guys that won Louis Money and Send, they won doubles. Doubles was going on the same time as Mario Kart. Like, no, you're gonna wait until their race finishes and then you can bring them back on stream. So like if there were like any like random like lower level matches going on during the doubles stream, that was to fill time because Louis Money and Send had an incredible run through the bracket. They had a really interesting path because we had a little bit of I wouldn't call it a seeding snafu per se. We were trying to merge two teams together in the hope that they would make it. And as we did that, the tournament locked and it actually reseeded them last. And Louis Money and Sam were seeded like 6 or 7. So they got bumped up a seed, but it still didn't affect the path. And luckily that one of the players didn't show up. So we DQ'd that team anyway. We had like literally like round 1. If they did show up, like seeds 5 and 6 showing up to play each other and knock each other out, which would have been horrible. But
oh yeah,
thank God that they didn't show up because that still kept the integrity of the bracket correct. But it was they had an incredible run.
Yeah, but yeah, Louis and Sen were definitely there. Like that was honestly like probably the highlight for me is to see those players do well. I don't know, did they come back for the FFA or no? Because
No,
I know
they were in Smash. But what's crazy is they're like arguably some of the top doubles players in Smash. But it just shows you that your chemistry in talking with teammates is just so good. They only got beaten by Casper and Jax, who won the tournament, and they're both, World Cup players in there, right? Like they actually could have had a run, like going through everybody. They even beat Mickey Wins in 805, like, and they're relatively experienced players, especially Mickey Wins.
But the Dad League Gaming, yeah.
Yeah, so they had an incredible run. And I mean, I don't know. I don't think, to be very honest, that Send really cared. I think he was doing it as a joke. But I think Louis Money was like actually serious about it, which is funny because Send was playing on the Kusan loadout the entire time while Luigi Biddy Buggy rollers. And like Send is actually really good at the game.
Well, they just saw whoever like where the top players were and what meta they were using. They just copied it.
A lot of players did that. Yeah, a lot of players were very smart and they were copying the meta of some of the top players there. So that was really cool to see as well.
I am entering scores right now.
We are entering scores. We are doing it live. And we will see.
Where's Vantox from, by the way?
Vantox is from Netherlands.
Damn, all right.
He's Dutch. That's gonna be a fun flight expense if he wins.
Really fun flight expense.
Don't do that.
He would have earned it if he does well.
I'm just gonna plug in. Hold on, Amsterdam to Vegas real quick.
Gotcha.
Wait, hey Dave, I don't know if you can answer this on stream, but like, what are like the general details of the whole flight again? Is there like a
I will have that
rough time, or how does that work?
Yeah, I will have
generally
that
speaking?
better information at the next.
Okay.
Okay, so one of the questions was, by the way, from MomoCon, what was the format for the 2v2? So was it 2 teams and like 4-player setup? No, so it was like 2 consoles and then like 1 team against another team, and that was it. That was pretty much it for the 2v2s. It wasn't the most.
It was a bracket.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 4 players in total, 2v2 bracket single elimination.
Part of that was due to the, I guess it's now called Start GG page not being super friendly with Mario Kart, at least not as of now. We're trying to see if we can work with them to make it more friendlier on our
Brackets
side.
are fine. 2v2s are fine. It's the FFAs that are the problem. But Sumo is probably going to be the better option. I mean, honestly, yeah. You're looking to go from Vegas to Amsterdam, it's 1,000. Looking it up right now. And you got to stop in Minneapolis. Fun stuff.
Boy. We'll have to wait and see who wins that when we get to that point, though. So we still got plenty of time to figure out who's going to be our champion overall. Because we got Qualifier 5 in July.
It looks like they're ready.
6 in August.
You ready?
Let's go ahead and pull up the scores and see where everyone ends up at.
So Stevens, already locked in, has basically virtually locked the points lead if he continues to show up.
Nope. We'll need to get after the stream just because he said really early on. So, but he's not in contention. Don't worry.
Gotcha.
Okay, yeah. So this is like 99% there.
Right there, which is actually a pretty big number to get, and it's really hard to compete against. And then you have Dave at, what was that, 163. Then you have Mario Party King with 188. So phenomenal job with some of those players right there, but there's still plenty more action to go through.
Yeah, so it is going to be Vantox and JP Givener moving on into the semifinals, getting those locked-in bids with the 299 and 294 respectively. Everybody else is either already locked in or playing off of points. So Stevens, Sneaks, Fate, Geronimo, and then it was Casper and Casper, Sneaks, Fate, Geronimo, Stevens, and Chibi, Hickam. So they're already locked in. So now this is really kind of that battle. And we were looking there at Ginja, who is kind of on that cut line, so to speak. So it's really interesting kind of seeing how things are playing out. I'm a little bit concerned. I hope Unimunchi could get to triple digits some of the next few weeks, because if there are players kind of resurging here, like we see Will there with 223, Immortal coming in with 220, Zoe coming in with the 215, and Puke with the 228, that's going to add up real quick. And, there's some of these players that are on the cusp there in points, like even Melpool, definitely going to want to improve on their scores, continue to play. And then that way they'll ensure that they're going to be moving on after qualifier number 6 if they don't end up getting a top 2 spot in the next 2 qualifiers.
Ooh, we might have a new racer join in within the next set of qualifiers, from what I'm understanding. LA Cruisers seems to take a little bit of an interest. We might see him in qualifier number 5. Maybe.
It's still possible. I mean, it's still possible to hop in now and try to get into the top 12 on points. Or, I mean, you can't even rule out Cruiser right now for trying to get an automatic bid in, because a lot of the top players have already gotten their automatic bids in that are on like a World Cup level. And Cruiser's obviously a top player on the regional level. So there's definitely a lot of different ways you can play this tournament. But also overall, so JP Givener with first, Vantox with second, third would go to Kyret from what I'm seeing. So all three of those players in the money today. And yeah, it's going to make for a very interesting qualifier number 5.
Oh, man, but we'll have to wait and see how that plays out in July. Again, July 9th at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Pacific Time.
Yep, that's going to be a really interesting qualifier. We might see some players back, some players that have qualified in just taking a break until the semifinals. But it's going to make it pretty interesting because right now it's looking like you really have to kind of be playing multiple times to earn a trip in just off of points. And that's what we're going to have to figure out going into next month. But till then, that's really all that we can really say right now, I feel like.
No, absolutely. So let's go ahead and any final thoughts of what we've seen here so far tonight? I mean, we saw a lot of incredible racing talent here.
We did. Yeah, I think I'm pretty much good on my end. I'm looking forward to July. And congratulations again to John and Vantox. They're really going to make this an incredible semifinals. But we'll have to see how things will play out going into who's going to take down those final 4 bids off of being the top 2 points earners, and then who's also going to take down the overall cumulative points top 12 bids into the semifinals.
Absolutely. You and I both are going to be looking at that for sure. We're both going to be interested and excited to see how that's going and to play out. But I'm just going to head and wrap it up. My name is Vine951, and this has been Knights. You can find him at Nightcrawler CC on Twitter. You can find me at Vine951 on Twitter. And you can also follow PlayEX Esports as well on Twitter. This has been an awesome show, qualifier number 4 with MK League. We'll see you all in the next showing.